What's up and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players, and a bit of shenanigans on the side of the internet this evening, as you saw that course being played out and some of the glitches and things like that. But hey, do not be afraid. We are back, and if you're just joining us, well, hey, welcome. It's just the grand finals, just a best of 5 banger as both teams sit 1 apiece here on the map count as we head into map number 3. I am still the Reverend Whiskey Glitter, and this is still my partner and co-host, Mr. Whiskey Run. Say hello, Whiskey.
Welcome everyone back to this best of 5 in Skyline Gaming, the weekly series here with Andy Reid and Co. taking on Army of 5. We are tied up at 1-1 going into Chalet, and I think we're ready, my friend.
Let's do it. Let's get into it. And it is one of your favorite maps, and it's like a close second for me. It's up to Chalet, baby. Sit by the fireside as this is about to get toasty. Let's talk about bans. Who are you thinking? This is your favorite map. Let's see. Do you have the key to who's going to be banned?
Great question here. Chalet on attack. I mean, I think the Rome game's still pretty strong, but Andy Reid banning, they hadn't banned Dokkaebi normally, so I'm thinking Ying maybe.
Ooh, 1 for 1 as he pulls out a strong pick, and generally kind of on the off pick. Now we have been seeing Ying played. Okay, ban number 2, lay it on me.
I mean, Army of 5 consistently banned Dokkaebi and Fenrir on defense.
Okay, he's now 2 for 2, folks. You talk about this being his favorite map. Well, he is laying it down. You said Fenrir as the Army of 5 operator to be banned? Good call. Gonna be the one. Okay, 3 for 3. Line it up. Give us a perfect score across the board. Andy Reid, who are they saying goodbye to?
It's too much pressure. Valkyrie, maybe? Soulless.
Ooh, gonna be in that same name and that same vein as Intel is gonna get off the board, but it is gonna be in the hands of Soulless instead. Valkyrie gonna be left alive for that Intel aplenty. We're gonna see first floor bar gaming as site number 1, but here's a funny thing. Mirror going to be on the board again. Going to be pretty crucial for some of these sites potentially, right? I mean, seeing the Mirror hold on to that library site can be pretty huge. And that's a big pick. So on the defense, let's talk about it. We head to that bar gaming site. Going to bring out the double trap operator. You see both Legion and Frost. Frost not seeing any sort of diminution from pick rate, especially when it comes to Chalet. Standard for holding down that mud area and stopping some of that mezzanine push. Definitely going to be happening in the bar gaming area. Zombie great for holding that top mez, really setting up that trench warfare. And the longer alive, the longer and harder she can dig into this site. I like the call. On the attacking side of it, gonna see Flores, who we do stand out on Chalet a lot, primarily because of his ability to deal with that extension util. Those Kiva barriers, that deployable that generally sits at the top of at the top of Blue Stair. Jeez, Rothy going to be the first to be taken off the board as Big Bro going to find his dome piece. Now takes us into body balance tip in favor of Army 5. And a bit of a redirect here as they get that one, and they're going to try to see what else they can catch slipping. But it's Ash already inside. Big Bro already inside, and they're just taking a ton of map coverage very quickly here. Demented looking to get active up here out of the master bedroom, waiting for that drone to give him the signal that everything is A-okay. Oh, my lord. Gunfight from the distance with Big Whiskey.
It's a long distance gunfight there. Padip trying to find the entrance of the gaming door, but no. Frost, I didn't think she was going to peek it again, to be honest.
Oh, not afraid to get active there. Play live. And that's a good spot to be playing at. So they do still have Umai holding on to that. We said it. Flores able to get that deployable off the board, off the top of that blue stairs, making it a little bit easier for them to take that gunfight. Forcing Frost or Umai back down into those stairs a little bit farther, closer to sight. And then get them ready for that mistake that could potentially made as he peeks from the bottom area. Still body bounce tipped in favor of Army of Five. So we got the last minute 16 to start counting. Alright, and so. Okay. So we're going to take Flores off the board. Still having a few technical difficulties here, but Polaroid takes Flores off the board, utilizing that man advantage. You see Big Bro trying to get that opened up, give himself some sight lines, some visibility into that main lobby area, and Frost's going to come out to contest that angle. Does she know it's open? Yes,
Look
she does.
at that.
Going to take Bro off the board. His body bounce going to tip back in favor of Andy Reid here, sitting in a 4v3, in a 4v2. Is Polaroid going to find a second? Nightmare to find his second, and now it's a desperate situation for Padip, who's going to find the barrel of flicks.
All right. Sheesh. Request for a pause in the chat real quick. We're gonna do a quick tech pause.
Yep. Ayo, let's go. All right, what's up and welcome back, folks. Getting back into it. Tech pause gone. Goodbye, sayonara, see you later. Okay, it's map number 3. If you're just joining us, it's been a bit disjointed here, but Andy, Reid, and co. up by 1 map in the scoreline in this best of 5. Army of 5 answered back, taking map number 2 on Clubhouse, and now we are on the 3rd, so we have guaranteed ourselves at least 4 maps. Okay, Whiskey, this has been a fun one. Andy Reid already taken round number 1 as they win Mark Gaming for the first set. I'm not going to opt for the second first floor site. It's fun to say.
The kitchen.
Yeah. Not going to opt for kitchen. Going to head downstairs instead, which is kind of contested here on the viewpoint of whether this is a good site or not.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
I guess with the backup that you have, we brought the Mira out, we brought the Azami out as well, so still going to be dig in sort of mentality, but it's a bunch of fun operators on the board here. We've got Big Bro bringing out the verticality, and you can see it already getting active as Ram is going to work this, opening up that hole. lobby floor, giving a real fish in a barrel situation. It's going to be Glass coming with that long distance and the smokes relative to Capita to help support that Glass push, but it is Dexy first off the board. That's the thermite, that's the hard breach. Did they at least get open? That's the question. Hate to have to rely on some can openers. Oh yeah, down there getting active. Oh, I'm gonna find the kill on the rock. Sneaky, cheeky, peeky. Looking for that ram, and it's the rotate to end his life. That's the body bounce even back up now as they sit 4-4. And now looking at a fish in a barrel type situation. Oh yeah, he just realized that that was actually somebody sitting there.
Yep.
Dang it. So that does take us into the 4-4 situation. Monkey is in sight.
Oh, what a swing there from the Mira from Connector. That storage room, great shot there, swinging on the Monty. That's a big hit there for the attacking team.
Yeah, absolutely, and that is your sight just about total out. I mean, you have the long distance of Flash getting hit with the grenade, now takes the ball onto his shoulders in a 3v1, which is the hurry up and hold here from the defense. Nobody wants to push the glass, and
well,
kind of
Glaz taking the similar strategy here, walking back, holding the long angle, doesn't necessarily need to push because I think they know that this is a really tough position to be in. Doesn't have the diffuser, it's cold. Sitting right down there, right next to the snowmobile, but with the mirror window in place and even with some drones to kind of suss out where this intel is at, Glad's gonna have a hard time winning this round.
Yeah, this has been kind of a similar situation to the starts of these rounds, right? Very slow, very methodical, and then when we get down to the last person, both sides of the board have been taking a second to just stay outside and talk about it and switch up the strat, which isn't a bad idea, of course, but it does make it a little bit long and drawn out on our end, as we've been here for quite a while now, and we're down to the last 7 seconds. He's going to push in immediately, of course.
Yep, they had all of the entrances down there to the basement covered. Not a lot Glass was going to be able to do. Again, pushing with no utility to back them up, but I mean, when you're in a 3v1, you know, even a little bit of smoke is not going to win the round for you.
Yeah, you got to have people really, you got to really be desperate and start throwing bodies out there.
Attackers need to locate.
Which no need to do is now Andy Reid finds them up at 2 on the defensive side of it. Not wholly unexpected. Let's see how they're going to adapt. Gonna head up to 2-4. Gonna neglect that kitchen site entirely on this first set of round rotates, but we are gonna see a little bit of real estate development. The architect gonna be on board in the hands of Flicks, and Castle also going to be utilizing to stop some of those windows and rotate areas. I kind of like the castle being used up. Well, I mean, go figure, who would have guessed. I like the castle being utilized on 2F. Let's see what he does with it.
5 seconds left.
Oh, man. Okay, but on the attacking side of it, we're going to be looking at Grim being back on board. He's ran out with map number 1. And, of course, we've seen him utilized quite a few times, but he is quick to die. Trying to get that intel inside of sight. We're going to have the flank watch of Nomad. A bit of hard breach, and we're seeing here Grandpa on the Ayana, which after that nade rework, you're kind of like, where does Ayana fit into the strategy of the attacking team? Well, you there, Nico?
Yes, sir. They're back. You know, I mean, it's been a heck of a technical night, but I think internet back up and ready. Not a lot you can do when the utilities have, you know, just they got us in a barrel, my friend.
Yep, we've been there, done that, but we persevere. We're gonna open that main hatch wall, and he's gonna impact, try to keep it closed.
Yes.
He's doing a great job, and he gets it. So now she's got the long angle onto that men's Valkyrie, still sitting 5-all as that first minute is wound down. Oh, cheeky little angle. Somebody slip in.
What a
yes, she
shot.
is. Flick's going to take off Dexy off the board. The hard breach gone. Is going to pay the price for the hubris of going back to site. Ash getting active, pushing up into that piano hallway, and now we're going to see why Green is fanned out. This util could be huge. It's going to take Rothy off the board with that next picture. Or, excuse me, Rothy's going to take Grandpa off the board with that. Evened up there now on the 3-3 counts. A minute and 17 still left on the board. All kind of resting on the shoulders of Nightmare, Nubs, and Rothy as they are trying to hold on as this push is starting to come in from all different directions.
What the distraction there. Nice. A triple from Demented. What a way to go. Gonna grab the 4-piece on the piano.
Yep, and that's going to take one in favor of the attackers.
Woo!
Getting active. All right, so a little bit of life yet again after that stall out from the glass of the previous round. It kind of acts like a faux timeout.
You know what I think we need after all of
so
this, my friend? A cheers. I saw some hydrates in the chat.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know what? Let's do it. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, my
baby.
To locate and defuse bombs.
Holy smokes, what a night.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Okay, so Army of 5 to find one. That's the round rotate done. And we're going to see ourselves back over on that bar gaming site. Still no Mira to be had to be utilized here. Instead, going to rely on basically some operators we brought forward. And I guess, I mean, it worked, right?
Yeah, it sure did. Andy Reid and Co. up 2-1 as we head into round 5. There is an awful lot of activity going on upstairs here. A lot of the hold happening. They've got the closet there reinforced off, rotate walls open, and Kiba barriers set to hold. They're not going to have somebody playing in the corner, though. They're going to rely on some frost mats there in library to hold that down.
Yeah, and all the way on the other side of the map, it's Wamai going to try to get active on somebody pushing in, try to get that early, quick real estate, hopefully able to punish them for that position on his end of it, of course. On the attacking side of it, it's going to be second first, save and reverse. We're going to see opening up Sans the 80s case. Floors to get rid of that extension util. Some of that juice, baby! Nomad on the flank watching. Yeah, you're just seeing this Army 5 starting to get really aggressive in here as the drones start to come out and really try to get as much real estate as they can on this side of the floor because, I mean, you still have to go clear the other top floor site and get yourself down into sight as that verticality is just so huge and important. The pre-fire, negative.
Oh, they must have had some intel that no one up there holding on the master bedroom side of the map. Lots of vertical hold, though, on the library side, obviously right above the site, so plenty of hold there. Going to try and open up some sight lines here with Hibana and get themselves a little bit of map control over on that side.
Yeah, looks to find the first kill. It's going to take Flores off the board, and that was the top kill. Is a lot of that extension utility going to stay, and he is now 0-4 on the kill, and that is not the position that you want to be in.
What a nade! That was, I thought the nade was going to go down, no, but because they had an ADS in the corner and not a magnet, it didn't take the shield down.
Wow. Huge, and so it's still a body bounce tipped in favor of Andy Reid here as the last minute going to start to wind down, and they are really going to devote a lot of resources and utility to come force this guy out. But with that shield still up, he's in a critical, pivotal position and going to make it very hard to kill this man. Now, no nades on the board. Still got a couple of flashes in the hands of Nomad, but it's not going to do much good as you can still just blind fire that. Oh, did somebody get into the closet? Dexy going to find the kill on the Nightmare. Did somebody get into that corner area? Interesting. Now moved on to that top mez area. Sitting at a 4-4, 24 seconds left in this.
Oh, they.
Oh, wow! Good shots in. They are going to take it, but it's going going to get traded out now, taking us into a 3v1 all on the shoulders of Dexy yet again. And she's going to get wiped off the board as the pistol pops and the body drops.
Legion making it into the corner of Library. Like you said, somebody did make it over there, and the attacking team didn't know. Tried to hop right in the window, and surprisingly was able to take a shot there on Legion, but the distraction, all of the action happening upstairs in the library, took out too many of the attacking players at the same time. Not a coordinated push there with Azami still in, with her Kiba's up. Too much utility that they hadn't cleared out of the way. And now the defense going up 3-1 as we head into round 5 and back downstairs.
That was the problem with getting that Flores off the board so early for Army of 5. When they lost him, they didn't have a ton of extra resources to get rid of some of that details and keep the barriers galore on the board. That's going to make it tough, especially when we can't get past some of the stuff. Horrible at the top of it. So, going to take it back down to that bunker. That basement area, and it's everybody that you know and love. This cast is just keep seeing them. Just switching out on who's going to play the operator. Mira back on the board, again down below. Zombie to help cover that. Now here's a fun little switch up. It's a little bit of adaptation by the Army of 5 side. 2 new players going to be coming out. Pat up on that Mira. Going to go for some of that intel and a fun, sneaky way to deal with that Mira. And then Flores to flush them out. I wonder if Flores will bring that up top mezzanine balcony trick. I sure love watching that take out the breach at the bottom. Who's called? AO.
Yeah, I mean, we see the fuse. There's the fuse trick where you're able to basically open up the whole floor over the fireplace, and it'll drop one of those fuse charges down into the basement and open up all of the utility there on the main wall. Run! Oh, is she gonna survive? She does.
She got
no
out of
way.
There. Able to get back onto the Mira, lives to fight another day, and Sledge and Capital both now off the board, looking pretty good for Andy Reid here. As they're going to just keep destroying a bunch of these shots on the fuse. Going to take him off the board now as Rothy coming up on the flank, just unstoppable. Claymore to take him. Oh my lord! Shots through the double, just caught slipping and put sleeping. It's now all on the shoulders of Padip, who's going to try to take from behind, and he is going to do that. So now he gets a little bit closer, but we're going to have to see Padip ace to do it.
We have seen it happen. Seen the ace clutch before, and here you've got Zero. You've got the extra intel. He still has 3 of those SAM cams left. So the question is, are you gonna, take some time to talk about it, a faux timeout here in round 5, or try and get some of that utility down and make a push?
Yeah, this is really not like the aggressive Army of 5 team that we normally see. I mean, this is what, the 3rd or 4th time now where we're seeing it comes down to a 1vx scenario, and the aforementioned Army of 5 is going to go sit outside and really try to slow down. And this is a way to set the pace as well, right? They found some dubs off the back of these slow down, this hurry up and wait technique, but quite different than what we've seen from them in the past.
The shot onto Azami. No, that's just poking a little fun there. Not from the rappel point. Not really enough places you can get the SAM cams down. But still don't think we're gonna see the defending team here gonna swing and try and get a kill at all. But it just literally hanging out.
There are gonna be some shots, but it's gonna be near the end of the round, and well, I guess if it works, let's see if Army of 5 is going to be able to capitalize off this faux timeout that they just took.
Okay.
We're calling that faux timeout?
That's right. Heading into round 6 now. Now is the time, Army of 5, to to step up here, right? We talked about it. They went down 5-1 on Oregon, the first map tonight, and were never able to pull together. That was a 7-1 victory there from Andy Reid and co. So on the map where they went 4-2, though, they had a much more successful defense of Club after that. So this, to me, feels like a really pivotal round because it's the mental, right? Are they going to go 7-1 like we did on Oregon, or are they going to be able to go 4-2 in the half and then potentially pull out a win on their defensive side of Chalet here? That feels like more like the A5 team we've know and expect. But Andy Reid and co. here, this ex-Enterprise roster, playing really well on all 3 maps to start off with. Their defenses have been great.
Yeah, so I guess you're right. It didn't look that way. 4-1, pretty close to a standard already. They've done the job of finding the first victory. 2 would of course hit their quota and feel a little bit better about. And with that, we are going to see a bit of the kitchen side. I like it. There's going to be the standard setup for that. You kind of see the same way you see bar stage, the default bar stage, where you bring the thermite and the OSA, get your OSA up top to help guard the long distance from the top mez once you get the door open. Go down. Def going to take a ton of damage. His way to safety. He's going to try to keep holding onto that angle and forcing a zombie to get around the back end.
Ooh, we're going to rotate that shield late here. Again, a lot of utility spent upstairs, both in utility and people holding the top of this site.
Yep, still sitting in the 5 minute. First minute gone off the board. The drones really doing their work, and a zombie not moved uprooted out of this basement area, which could be huge on the back end of the round if she isn't dealt with. And there we go, just like we called it, you're going to see that window opened up, and there's a zombie getting some stuff dealt with her. She gets to a very low health scenario, but Dementia's going to be taken off the board. Padip to find one. And it is going to keep out Rothy as well. So Thermite's going to get evened up on the 3-3. Whiskey, holy cow. The trade's just ringing out. Gridlock next to fall and go down, taking us into a 3v2. And Andy Reid looking good here on this last round of the half here for the defense.
Clearing some utility there with the nades and getting it down in the process. Wamai down from that nade, but I don't think they know. But going to go for the revive. No,
He's going to have to get the heck out of there because they are pushing. They are Predators trying to get that last kill. And oh my lord, not the C4. Huge play, and Defender's going to take that one when it was starting to look good for Army of 5. That C4 was huge. That C4 was absolutely huge.
I don't know whether or not, I mean, obviously Wamai going down was not the intention, but that was baited perfectly, completely distracting the attacking team, trying to clear out Wamai and they were trying to catch Warden there on the swing as he's trying to revive Wamai, but it enabled great intel for the C4 from below. From the mirror, I mean, well played on the defending side there.
No kidding. And just like map number 1, Andy Reid goes up by a dramatic 4. Let's see if Army of 5 get a bit of a different defensive scenario than we saw out of them for the last time they were in this situation. It's going to be our game to start us out. It's going to be a pretty similar op lineup that Andy Reid brought to the table. Not going to opt for that Mira as well. Interesting. I thought might be this team might be. You don't want to be known for just one sort of operator to be used. That might be a part of our gaming strat for sure.
Left before insertion.
How much of that util is going to be dedicated to this and we're going to put a man in there.
Attackers are heading out.
Are we playing bunkered close at 5-1, or are we going to spread it out?
Right now, spread it out. I mean, and they've got very little utility up there right now in the library. That's just a single, no, 2 ADSs, okay, and there come some of the Kiba barriers coming out.
A bit of a late frost as they were having to use their shots and all those head holes and dramatic going to be holding that closet area, not closet, corner area. Capital brought along to help deal with that.
Frost is not playing close. She's playing very wide on that corner and taking out the Capital. That is a huge kill.
No kidding.
It's going to make holding on significantly easier to this library hold.
Yeah, and ace off the board as well. So the spot bounce hugely in favor of Army of 5 now as they find themselves a bit of a spot starting to dig in. Padip going to go off the board as they are going to claim that library area. Now still have to deal with that mezzanine hold. And the frost traps, of course, below. Not so tough, but you gotta look down, which allows you to be shot in the process. Gotta pick your battle. Flashes start to ring out on the zombie. She's gonna just book it out of there and live to fight another day, maybe from a bit of a longer angle here, and that's why those barricades are set up right there.
I mean, it was a great rotate there from Azami, right? Even though she was running straight into the flash, just getting herself out of that position so that way there was no chance that she was going to be in the line of fire there, and puts herself in a position to take the fight into the library door from the stairs. Great play there from Azami all the way for that last minute.
Yeah, no kidding. And that's going to be a bit of the comeback started here for the Army of 5 as they find one more to get closer to evening up that score line. Going to take it to do 2F for the next one instead of the basement site. And I like that. I like that play a little bit. They're going to get a bit of intel. Is Valkyrie going to come on the board? The C4 is going to be absolutely vital. Right? So not going to be any different here. And there's going to be a couple of them on the board as well. So we'll see Kate stop that breach. On the attacking side, they show a Brava. Now here, that's after my own heart. There's a couple of gadgets that would do very well to have included those gadgets that you know.
They're not going to pair the Bravo with the IQ, which is really the, I think, the combination operator that has been really super effective, right? That just amps up Brava's utility tremendously when you've got the intel on exactly where those Valk cams are at. You're relying on just some good eyesight of you and your teammates to be able to suss some of those out. Now they're much better at it than we are, but still having that having the IQ out just really adds a lot of utility.
Yeah, agreed. But in fact, they're going to nix her right off the board. Not going to have the Bravo. Going to opt for the Ayana and Buck combo instead. Get a little bit of that verticality from underneath, and the ever-present and always active replicator drone for that intel. It's a good setup. 1, 2, 3 sets of flashes on the board to really burn that utility. Roth to find the kill onto Valkyrie, and that is a huge burst kill. Is Valkyrie going to be relegated to her own camp? Not to be outdone. Flix gets taken off the board. The trade rings out, and your health gone, and your only set of grenades on the board.
Bomb has been located.
On the double, is Padip going to get himself found? Going to start rotating around underneath.
Do they know that they've got one on Repel here on Solar? Yes.
Potentially, yep, they do.
And that's Case.
Oh, there we go. And now Army of 5 finds up by 1 in the body.
Ayana won that?
Wow. It's going to be the long rotate around to hold the angle. It's a low health versus full health scenario, so Ayana's going to have to be absolutely perfect. Start sending out those flashes. Look at this jiggle peek all the way around. Pre-fire. Going to take shots on it. Does find it onto Legion. Oh, this is going to be crazy. Where is the Azami? She's going to be coming up those back stairs, but Ayana can't even hit that. I was about to say, can't even hit that Cade Claw, or she is going to be dead. So now, the push-up, Big Bro going to find the dome piece.
There it
easily.
is.
That's going to be a win for the defense. Sheesh.
A great intel there from the defensive squad. They knew exactly where Ayana was. Going to plant in the corner. I mean, they had the bulletproof cam sitting there on the wall, so of course they heard her when she shot out the Cade Claw. So gonna plant on half there and just pre-fire Azami. She's walking up those stairs. Great play.
Yep, 5-3 now sits still in favor of Andy Reid, but it's a bit
Attackers need
closer
to
with that
locate
Army
and
of
defuse
5
as many
dub.
bombs as they can.
Now we're going to see that first floor, so neither team really opting to want to watch or go to that kitchen setup, kitchen dining set. Andy Reid did pull that out. Neither one opting for it on the first bit of round. Gonna take it down to the basement instead. They're going to bring some breaches now. We are going to see mute on the board. It's good to get rid of that intel. And Andy Reid doing a great job of getting those drones in, so I think that would go a long way to helping shut down some of this Army of 5 push as they're mounting quite the comeback here.
They sure are. And okay, we've seen this strategy play out occasionally where we've got Mira playing upstairs, hatch open, with the rotate into wine open and ready.
And I like the who we're seeing on the attack side. Get that verticality, great block for in Lou. They've already got that wall open, which means they're going to might potentially rotate around to get a second wall open. Well, I mean, there's 4 players here. We might be looking at some dedicated presence.
Well, they at least have got the wall open, so they've got the option available at this point. They're not pushing it right now and focusing more on the 2F. They're doing a top-down clear here, trying to make sure that there's not trying to minimize here. Oh, look at that on the lesion. Try and minimize the ability there for this defending team to get a flank on them. Speaking of the 2F flank, Jaeger coming up solar, walking himself through master. The question is whether or not this attacking team knows that he is on the prowl and on the way.
5-5, still with 1:30. There's the first trade to find the kill, and it is going to be trade. Oh, the double ringing out, and that is a tough loss for this defense. Now, still winnable with that 1.5 minutes because they still have to deal with that.
Demented.
Oh, jeez, comes up clean on the double, and the C4 will bring out. Is going to find him with it. Finds a triple now, just won't be stopped from below. See, that's the problem with verticality, Whiskey, is it sits in both directions. Now into a 2-2, Polaroid demented on the quad kill, looking to clean it up with the ace, and Flick's gonna give him an opportunity to do so right now.
Oh, there it was. The best opportunity he was gonna get there to get the ace known. Gonna finish with a 4K, but Army of 5 taking round 9. On the back of the Demented 4K, what a round.
Yeah, break out the barbecue sauce for that 4-piece, baby. Demented was going just absolutely insane on that vertical and almost caught himself an ace. Oh, man. And now, Whiskey, we're 1 away from tying this bad boy back up. Army of 5 has come alive on the back end of this map. Sheesh.
Typically,
we rotate. Let's take it again.
We typically think of them as an attacking team, but all night tonight we've seen that they've been struggling on the attack, and at least on the last 2 maps here on Chalet and Clubhouse, we've seen them come alive on their defensive half. Not that they're not a great defensive team, but we're definitely seeing a different Army of 5 team here on Chalet and Club than we did on Oregon, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say that they're a bad defensive team. I say they're a really aggressive defensive team, and that's what we're seeing different here, right? Seeing a little bit more of hold the angles. We're still seeing that aggression. We're still seeing a move across the map, but they're making sure that they're taking these fights just with a little bit more respect. And because of that, oh yeah, they're catching back up right now, a 1 away from tying up this game. Now, folks, if you're just joining us, Whiskey, you want to catch us back up to where we've been at so far?
That's right. We are here in a best of 5 and getting to see Andy Reid and co. take on Army of 5. This is the 3rd map. We've already been to Oregon, where Andy We're Andy, Reid, and Co., and that's just a funny name. Love it. 7-1. They were able to win that first map. We went to Clubhouse next, where Army of 5 took that one 7-5. And here on Chalet, getting ourselves close to a tied-up game.
Hey, yo. Zombie, the first to fall. That's a nade from Flicks, and that is a huge kill. Not only are you getting...
The frost mat!
The trade out. That was what we were just talking about. You have to shoot out or you have to shoot down. You can't do both. You're going to pay the price for that one. That's going to even up that man advantage and get Flicks off the board, and those devastating grenades going to be Gonzo Gerbons. Look at this Bravo just getting all of this. The quick peek from behind saying, yep, he's still here on the soft yellow pink.
I'm surprised. I mean, it's an aggressive Bravo stance right there. Send the drone out. Wow.
Oh.
No way.
No way.
Look at those shots. Winning the ones. This is the point we talked about in some of these previous maps. We've got to see Army of 5 win some of these ones. That's where they were taking hits early on in these games.
Yep, no kidding. So we sit in a 2-2. Frost, the slow strafe does get droned out inside of, as Z would say, the kitchen closet. It's not, but he would say
Stock?
that. In that 2-2 area, it's a little bit of a jabby. Finds it. Padip gonna find it and gonna get killed off the board now into a 1v1. This is a showdown yet again. The round's been decided this way. Bravo gonna take a bunch of damage, and it looks like we had a bit of a role reversal. You know, this is attacker now in the site defending. Kind of. I mean, still getting aggressive, and there we go. Plant gonna start to go down, but that's the call. Waiting for the drop. Is be able to find it. Oh my lord.
Oh no! What a nade!
Legion screams out with the "I choose you" and finishes that off dramatically. It's going to be an Army of 5 win, and oh my lord, that's going to change around this scenario just a bit.
Somebody clipped the body mechanics on that one. Seeing her go shooting across the room there after the Pokeball on the opposite side. Just great placement there. Throwing the grenade on the right side of the bar and then shooting the left. But no need to shoot there because it was all over.
Yeah, Legion took such a low health that it was going to be a tough situation no matter what. Any impacts in hand to deal that long-range devastation. The "I choose you," the disrespectful Pokeball. Love it, absolutely. And with that, Whiskey, we're tied back up, baby. We're tied 5-5, map 3. I mean, it just doesn't get any better than this. Let's take it up to 2F and talk about it, my friend. Holy sheesh. Little bit of Valkyrie coming back out for that intel. We've been seeing those C4s just be devastating. Those shots through the floor be devastating. And double up on the breach now. Still want to keep those drones out of sight. That intel just being crazy good, especially with Bravo on the board, which you are going to see again, which Primera is on 10-6 currently as Bravo as well. I mean, those are big numbers. Top fragging out and being one of the last ones potentially into the building. Most of the time is going to be spent on the drone, jacking the other team's ship.
I thought we might see Stocky here try some sort of a run up, although not going to happen. Polar here is going to take an alternative route out on the balcony, but not going to push the window that Azami was watching.
Yeah, and so 5-5, we're going to see Bravo start to get active. Last time it was the Flicks who took Azami off the board with that nade, and tried to set up to do this yet again. It still didn't bring any projectile denial to help support her here, so she could be into a bit of a pickle here. Although she does get a little bit farther back, but it's the shots from the roof as well. They are really trying very hard to kill Azami. She's going to rotate WASD her way out of there.
Yeah, she needed to get out. They had the Andy, Reid, and Co. had angles all over trying to hold down that mezzanine. Spent a lot of manpower and utility there to clear Azami out, and they get it. They get control of the library now. But Sight is on the other side of the map. Army of 5 can afford to give up a little bit of that map control.
Yep. Yep, they can. And with the clock starting to tick down, they did their job. They stalled it out. They're going to force kind of a quicker execute. Now Flick's going to take a little bit of damage. Yeah, they are full bunkered. Look at them. They're holding down. They're saying, push me if you can. All offering for that person to peek inside of the door.
I was going to say, he's got the C4. Yes, he is going to take it and use it. Padip, wow, what a C4 there. And Stocky grabbing another. This is all falling apart for the defense.
Yeah, now, or for the attacking team.
Oh, for the attacking team.
They find themselves in a 5v1 scenario.
Oh, no, don't tell me I caster cursed it. No.
Now Legion gets taken off the board. It's a 1v4, and it is full health, and he does take another one. A zombie going to get ripped off the board as Polar getting active, but it's going to be the Legion goo to slow him down. It's the shotgun, the close quarter combat king. You don't want to face that thing, at least up close. 24 seconds, and it's going to be the rotate down below. Still a little wary of that potential C4, and with good reason, because there's the Valkyrie waiting for him.
Yep.
Where did you kill me from, dog?
Okay.
What comes to as we head into round number 12. Holy cow. And a match point scenario that I don't know if anybody was expecting 4 rounds ago. 6-5 in the favor of Army of 5.
No, certainly I don't think we were. Here, match point. Army of 5 winning the last 5 in a row. They had a really tough first half. I mean, almost exactly the same as we saw on Oregon, losing 5-1 on their first half, but they couldn't pull it together like they have been able to here on Club and Chalet.
Yeah, no kidding, and not for lack of kills, right? Army of Reid, and Andy Reid has a couple of players in that double-digit kill designation with a couple of lower ended or lower on the lower side KDs for Army of 5, but that does not tell the whole story, right? As Army of 5 does sit up by 1. Andy Reid taking a timeout, and this was a good idea. To try to slow down some of that momentum the Army of 5 has built up. I mean, heck, did they just do 5 in a row to claim the lead?
They did 5 in a row, exactly.
I'd say that's a bit scary. I'd want to slow that down myself.
I think the player that we really need to see from Andy Reid step up here, Roth had grabbed the opening kill several rounds in a row. I mean, he really made Oregon look easy and completely had a lot of control during that entire map for Andy Reid and co. Not finding the same success here on Chalet, so that feels like one of the things the Reid and Co team really needs to figure out is, can they get some of the opening frags and convert those into round wins? They have not been able to do that here on Chalet in the same way they did for Oregon.
Yeah, and because of that, find themselves on a bit of the back foot. Army of 5 looking to secure up their map number 2 and get closer to clinching up a grand finals here on the Skyline. Speaking of the Skyline, just want to say a big shout out and thank you to them for hosting this match, this weekly series, which has just proved to be so much fun for the Siege Double Shot community, right? We know a lot of people enter these tournaments, and it's always a blast. And my friends, it's always a freaking banger, just like this. You know, when you've got a weekly prize with some money on the line, well, I tell you what, that'll bring out some fun players. This is no different here. So big thank you to Skyline for hosting this and allowing the Whiskey Boys to get in and get active. Polaroid, take a picture because that man goes down first. Able to be picked back up on the Finka boost. Those nades start to get active, flush some of the people out sitting in the back area.
That's right. So looking to getting that map control here up on Mezzanine and going to try and open up here. The typical process here on Chalet, try and get this upper wall open. And they've got that one. Now the question is, get the downstairs wall open as well.
Yeah. Yep. Easy peasy, both lemon and squeezy. Nub's going to find it on the big bro, and that's going to be the Frost taken off the board. Of course, though, still have to wait for the 6th man of those Frost traps, which can be so devastating, especially when you're in that late round execute, do or die scenario. Who might have fallen next as he goes down, but not quite completed. They are going to potentially be able to get one back up. Yep, there it is.
Oh, the double jump in.
No, oh my lord.
Finka's, oh, I was going to say, I thought Finka was not down, but no, the mirror window is open. Great refrag there from Nightmare Nubs through the open mirror window. And are they going to be able to plant? Yes, plant is going down.
Fire. Yeah, that was a huge play, huge big brain play, and it is going to be a bunch of damage where it's at.
Oh!
Exactly what was happening is they take him off the vertical, and Attacker's going to win this on the double frag. Holy cow!
Let's go.
OT? Sheesh, okay. Let's see a
Here
little bit of that
it
overtime, baby. Neither team really willing to give up any inch of space. Both going 5-1 on their defensive halves. Is that how that played out?
That is. We'll pull up that scoreboard. Not exactly in the same fashion, but Andy Reid and Co. finding the win at the time they needed. They needed that one to keep themselves alive and force overtime, and they freaking pulled it off. And they're starting on defense, which they went 5-1 on their defensive half. So this is a bit of an uphill climb here for the Army of 5 team.
Yeah, no kidding. Got to be perfect on this one because you're either got to win it here or try to win it on the back end of another attack because you can say you're probably going to win defenses. 5 of your last 6. So yeah, man, got to win it here or then you're really in a
5 seconds to go.
you're really stuck.
Gonna give a quick recap too, just because I know we had a bunch of new people just join the stream as part of the raid. So we are sitting here in a best of 5, with Andy Reid and Co. taking on the Army of 5 in the Skyline Gaming Weekly Series Grand Final. We're already in the 3rd map. Oregon and Club already down, with these two teams tied 1 map apiece. This is the 3rd.
So body bounce tipped in favor of Andy Reid. Now as they find themselves in a 5-4 grenade, going to ring out towards the back end. Not going to find anything, however, but it might potentially clear them out. Track's going to go down and start stopping some of that rotate, stopping some of that potential for that run out. And look, now it's just going to be Roth chilling. He's waiting. He says, come on. Come with it. He is going to get droned out. Oh,
No, not a miss drone.
Not a miss drone. That could be rough, especially right now. Flick's going to get taken off the board as his headpiece gets ripped apart. And it's gonna be
they
Roth
got it.
moving up. Okay, they did catch him now. Yeah, and he turned around immediately to take that gunfight. Now he's ready for it. Oh! Catches a bunch of damage, but not the kill. Is Polaroid going to take that next kill, put body bounce back in favor of Andy Reid. We find ourselves in a 4v3 now. Pokeball ringing out, and look at that heads-up play. Man, just escapes out of that danger of the stairs, but doesn't care. Is going to get aggressive and push it anyways. Still 4-3, still a minute on 30 left on the board, and the shot's in the mud. Going to take Big Brother off the board as Frost going to just execute that absolutely devilishly now into a 4v2, all on the shoulders of Grandpa and Padre and Padib. Those are tough names to say together.
Merlito and Padip. Let's see how you guys can pull this one out. It is the first round of overtime. They get to run their defense after this one round, but they got to win this one first. Oh, the siege timing on that had a shot on Legion there in the hallway. We needed Rothy to come alive, and so far able to pull it off, but Polar, again, having a great round. Is that a double or triple from him?
Man, I'm not even sure. It's just active. That is for dang sure. We've been saying his name all freaking night long. And that's going to be round 1 of overtime to Andy Reid and Co. And now Army of 5 put a bit on the back foot. Yes, it's their defense, so we're expecting them to probably win this. But Andy Reid feeling a bit of that momentum as now they were able to secure the last 2 in a row. One of them being an attacking round.
The kill on Demented there, one of the game changers, right? Pulling the top frag for the Army of 5 off the board as the opening kill on the Army of 5 squad. That seems to be a pretty important piece of the mental holding the Army of 5 team together. It let that one slip away. But, of course, it was the defending round there. The hard part here is, even if Army of 5 wins on their defense, they're going to see the side swap, and they're going to have to go the double overtime on the attack again, making it look really,
10 seconds left.
really favorable here for Andy Reid and co.
So let's talk about a defense that's bringing out the table. It's going to be second first, same as the first. These are all the operators they've been bringing previously. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They only lost one in that last exchange on the defensive side of it. Run it back. It's going to be that bar gaming hold.
Upstairs, you got Legion in the corner with Azami playing that top mez. Yep.
And Wamai also close, and the reason that is important, folks, is his gadget is not a, he can use them all at once. Just put them wherever the heck. Wait it out.
Nice catch on the Brava, able to hear that noise. That thing is loud. They're going to try and steal this bulletproof cam again. They get it.
And then Flick's going to take the kill onto Demented. And that is tough for this Army of 5 defense. The body balance is going to tip in favor of Andy Reid here, and not the situation you want to be in if you're Army of 5.
It's twice in a row. Yeah, really bad here for the Army of 5 to lose the top frag twice.
And don't have very many ways to deal with this deployable, the long range here. They're just going to I like that call. Well, am I doing a good job of sitting in the...
What a setup there.
That was unfortunate. And it is starting to fall apart for this defense, Whiskey. And Andy Reid looking real good to clutch up this potential last round here. It's all on the shoulders, again, of Padip and Grandpa Murph. Frost does find one, and it's going to be Legion to find a second. Now evening us up, and now, oh man, that's tough. Now it's all on the shoulders of Merlito, who's getting himself back into sight, ready to take this gunfight. Here's it, not going to be the case, as he's going to get ripped off the board. Rothy saying good night, good map, and that is now going to put 2 in the favor of Andy Reid. We're going to head on to that 4th and potential last map. This Army of 5 can come back alive. Sit back, relax, folks. We're going to get this lobby set up. Ayo!
Let's go.
What's up, and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players, and welcome to the electrifying grand finals of this R6 showdown, where titans clash and legends are born, baby. We find ourselves on a razor's edge, deep in the heart of this intense battle, and now, as the dust settles, we stand on the precipice of map 4 of a potential 5. The stakes have never been higher, and for these elite teams, it is do or die. I am still the Reverend Whiskey Glitter, and with me, as always, is still my partner and co-host, Mr. Whiskey Run. What's up, Whiskey?
Welcome, everyone, to the Skyline Gaming Weekly Series Grand Finals. We're seeing Andy, Reid, and Co. take on Army of 5 in a best of 5. We are down already to the 4th map. We saw Oregon, we saw Clubhouse, and we just saw the conclusion of Chalet. And right now, Andy, Reid, and Co. up 2 maps to 1 on the Army of 5 squad. So this is it. If Andy, Reid, and Co. can win Kafe, we are going to be done with this grand final, and they're walking away with the prize money. This is a free-to-join league with a prize pool. Can you believe that?
Man, it doesn't get much better. And this grand final being a best of 5, I mean, it is adaptation all over the place. And what better place to showcase your skills than the glitz and glam of Moscow? And we head to Kafe. Got a ton of fun Easter eggs around this map. So when you get yourself a chance, get in and take a look around. And it is going to be yet again, I mean, this has been the theme of the night. Andy Reid on the defense and Army of 5 going to be attacking yet again for map number 4. So it's really trying to trust in their late defense instead of relying on that absolutely goated attack.
And if you were going to ask me, I would have said Ying, and I'm going to guess right here, Dokkaebi and Fenrir if I had to put money on it, which I'm glad I don't, because you never know. This is Kafe, so it's a different map. They may be playing a different style, but it's a big map, so I would expect Dokkaebi here. Dude, they're going to call it. Yeah, Thatcher off the board.
Oh, yep, they were going to make you work for it. So, do we still see the Fenrir? Is the Fenrir still going to be it, or are they going to go for the double switcheroo and maybe get... Oh, they did. They did. They pulled the Mira instead, and that... Ooh, that is a good call. Kafe is known for its Mira use, especially on that 3F location, holding down into 2F or the sights into Bakery. It's a good pick. It's fun. It's different, and it is the adaptability. Solus, however, gonna stick with the theme here and get Solus off the board, as she is huge for this site. This site is so good, or this map is so good and fun to have those runouts on. And if you get caught slipping on your phone, well, then you're going to be relegated to the cams for the rest of the evening for sure.
That one of the things, though, for Kafe, we definitely see Valkyrie played fairly often just because it's such a big map. You got wide open spaces with the balconies in the pillars area. A lot of opportunity to pick up some intel there from cams. But Andy Reid and Co. not going to offer the Valkyrie here on the 3F site. It's just in a map that doesn't have as many small locations, Valkyrie's got a little bit of extra utility there. So we see her played pretty frequently, but Fenrir, since he's on the board, and Azami going to be the defenders of choice for Andy Reid and Co.
And I love it. We've seen Fenrir banned out. You said it. We're going to get to watch that in play. And Azami, just so huge for holding that back area in the support castle. This is going to be a really trench warfare. Right, they're really going to dig in, really force these attackers to pull out some different moves. And Big Bro going to pull out the fuse. And we've seen this utilized a couple of times where they'll go up to those windows and instead of breaking them out in piano, just use them to cover that entire area. And get rid of all that utility. I'm curious to see what he's going to bring to the table here.
We didn't really get a chance to talk about it, but right at the end of that Chalet map, the combination of the Thatcher to take out all of the ADSs and magnets and the defenders shooting to take out the player at the top of blue there was fantastic. And I was thinking one of the reasons maybe we're seeing seeing the Thatcher banned out is the way that he was utilized there on Chalet really had an outsized impact again from an attacker standpoint. So don't want to deal with him again, Army of Five says.
Yep, and they're going to take 2 off the board. Both Demented and Grandpa going to suffer a fate of death, and it's going to be a headshot that rings out onto the beat as well, or pad it as well. Now taking us into a 5v2 situation. It's all resting on the shoulders of Fuse and Habana. Habana going to open up some of that area potentially into Ticket. But yeah, this is a tough scenario. I'm going to see the full rotate here from potentially from Fuse.
Yeah.
Shots ringing out, not able to quite fight it.
Well, it's because she's playing behind the Kiba barrier there on the Pixel. And the problem is he's not going to be able to put a fuse down at all, because as soon as you put the fuse charge out, well, you're making a lot of noise, or in this case, the flank and the run out from Primerio. Nice play there. The Warden, the roaming Warden with all that extra health, even though he's a little bit slower, still a vital part of the defense.
Not afraid to take that man on a run, and he gets active. It's going to be Andy, Reid, and co. finding round number 1 on their potential series map. And that's got to feel pretty good if you're this defense. I'm going to take it now down to the 2F location and say no thank you to that bakery area, which is a tough site to defend, right? Especially now that, you know, with having to spread out your defense on that first floor, it's tough to get those refrag kills. So, gonna opt for 2F instead. Now, this is a fun, here we go. This is a fun site, especially because they went to the Reid, right? If you go into the fireplace and mining area, it's a little bit tougher for a potential quick plant. But I was legitimately just remarking on this today on Twitter about Army 5 and how well that they execute some of those quick plants. This is one of those scenarios. We're going to see it here because we don't have the blitz on board for that extra push or the potential for more smokes and flashes. But generally, you'll see them use the Gone 6 on the door, push into Reading and try to split that push up top, and then immediately just take site and plant. And you've seen him do it several times.
That's right.
That could be the case here, though, as it looks like they're going for a bit more of that top down.
Well, and it's early in the match, right? And it's one of the things Andy, Reid, and co. can't get complacent with winning some of these early rounds, because Army of 5 has been able to come back and win 5 in a row, 2 maps in a row now on their defensive half. So they really need to get themselves in a position where they're winning 5 in order to hold off Army of 5 when they get to the defense. At least that's the way it feels based on the last 2 maps we've seen in a row.
Yeah, and it's going to be lots of intel being fed. He's attacking, starting to make that push towards that piano area. Castle going to fall back, and it's still going to be flashes as they are just throwing a bunch of resources at them, really making sure that they are not going to be there when they get inside of it and start taking that engagement. Ram really wants to be able to free roam with those drones and open up every single bit of that verticality that she can. And look, it's going to be from the top. Look at that. Good shot. And that's going to be the first kill. Polaroid finding it again on the pad up. Now takes that intel off the board. Lion, the eyes in the sky, is going to no longer be able to put that location moving. And Nightmare Nubs living up to his namesake. This is not where you want to find yourself. Still have to put pressure on this 3F area, especially if it's Fenrir, right? Because if you can switch those gadgets around, and really make it difficult to push him. Get a drone on him, though. Bit of a flash coming out. Oh, no. Angie gets rid of the drone. No flash to add. They're going to take the deployable down, and they're going to split this push up a little bit. Flick's going to lose his life to Dexy, and oh, that was a tough kill. Nightmare getting taken off the board. Rough.
Drone active.
All just like that, it's a 3v2 scenario with 40 seconds left on the board. Line on the Castle and Polaroid. Okay.
Wow, I did not think that that Polar was going to take that, but no, they traded. So 1v2, all up to Castle. He's sitting at 3-0, so this is the right player you want to have left to be playing on this. But They've got a lot of intel now, and we talked about whether or not they were droning enough in some of those early rounds. Well, they're doing it here to make sure they're grabbing all of the intel they need to be able to make this final push.
Right, and now that they get the location, it's going to be 10 seconds left. So we're going to get inside and start to go for that plant and hold the cross. Iona low as that shot didn't quite.
No way!
1v1, he has to pull off, but he's going to take the gunfight instead. And that's going to come up in favor of the attackers for round number 2.
If Castle had just retreated, the defenders would have won that round. What a close one. Great choice there by Ace to pull off. And I guess maybe bad choice by Castle there to push it and hope he could win the one. A nice shot for Army of Five, winning the earliest, I think this is their earliest attacking win so far of the evening.
Yeah, I think so as well. Well, I think the first one, didn't they do it after 2 rounds? I think they split up on the Clubhouse maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess it still is there.
Hey, whiskey may have been a factor, my friend, and here we are, and we're already 2.5 hours into it. We are 4 maps in, or 3 maps finished on the 4th map here. And once again, thanks everyone for joining us. A lot of Siege you could be watching, but seeing the Skyline Gaming, getting to support the T4 community here as we get this league up and running, and what a great time it's been so far.
No, we're more than 2.5 into it, my friend. We started this one quite a bit earlier. We're on map number 4, my guy. Couple of restarts, you know, we are moving, my friend, and just want to say thank you so much for hanging out with us for this grand finals. It's just truly a blessing and an honor to get to do it beside all of you. This stuff is freaking fun, and this map no different. We've seen a back and forth of the late half of, or the late couple of maps, and now this one's starting out just as spicy. It's going to be the big push. Nice shot for Raul again. Have been watching. Rothy going to find the kill on 2 Texas. That's going to be hard breach off the board, although he did do a bit of a job. Probably not. Oh no, yeah, that was never mind. So, you know, maybe might not have been quite as effective. We got the Vigil, who we really don't get to see in the comp scene all that much, but is a really great operator. Especially that late round. That late round flank, he might be getting active right now. There's going to be dimension to find Nightmare. Wide balance is going to get equalized.
Oh, the air jab, but no, she was reloading and not able to take advantage of it on Frost at that last moment. Unfortunate Siege timing there.
Yeah, no kidding. And just like that, find ourselves into a 4v2. Minute and 36 seconds left on the board. Oh, I'm so sorry. 1 second, Whiskey. Please take it.
Yeah, I mean, Flick's able to grab 2, leaving Padip and Merlito as the last 2 alive, and in some tough positions here. The defense have got good setup here, and some late round push here. Again, we talked about Vigil. Could Vigil come in and make the flank? I don't think that he's actually going to need to with the positioning that right now the attackers are in. I've got to win a couple more of these. And the shot from upstairs. Oh no, they're going to be able to make the rotate around and res. Yes, they are going to. The defenders are not pushing that position aggressively to try and take advantage of the down. They've got to know the player is upstairs on 2F there, trying to watch that entry into prep. So not able to clear out that player. It's going to be a really hard push in here to Bakery. There it is, able to clear out that player up top, but Padip is downed outside, all on the hands of Merlito. Grandpa Mur here, and Diffuser is cold, and the defenders are spread out. Not going to find a round win here. Whew, great question from Kyle. Are we going to see? Are we going to see this one go to a a final there. The 5th map, I don't think we called it out recently, but is Skyscraper. So we're going to get to see Sky if Army of 5 can win this. Andy Reid and co win this. The grand final is over, and they take that crown here in week 5. Army of 5 can win it. We're going to get to see that 5th map.
Oh, Skyscraper. I think that would be so grand. Okay, so it looks like Andy Reid took it on the last round of the rotates. The first half of the first half, if you will.
Indeed, they did.
So we're going to take it back up to that 2F location. And I like that we're still going to be utilizing that Fenrir. That's a very fun operator to play in support of a zombie. And potentially really great for holding that ticket area and not allowing those defenders to just freely come in through those windows, potentially guarding your flank on the stairs as well. On the attacking side of it, though, got some very interesting operators. Dementa's going to bring out the Capital, which I love. Oh, no, Dexy, that hurts.
Oh,
That's
wow.
a spawn peek off the board. Body balance huge in favor of Andy Reid as they take the sledge, the hammer, and the grenades off the board. Still got a bit of potential aggression here as Padip is on that Amaru. So it looked like we might have been potentially setting ourselves up for a business plan on cocktail or in cocktail somewhere. Nightmare Nuts going to get taken off the board first, and we still might be looking at that same potential strategy.
They need to try and clear out the player from the Heaven Balk before Amaru can jump her way in.
To do that, oh, Polaroid, that's going to be him off the board, and that might be.
There it is, they're clear.
They were looking for, yep, and there it is, sent in. Rothy to find it onto Grandpa, and then it's just going to fall apart.
No,
for
Rothy
Army
with the
of 5.
double. And, oh.
Oh man, and that is rough. Now all sits on the shoulders of Big Bro, who is in that. He's in a different position. Oh, that'd be fun. Get a little bit of grenade kills and pushes up White, not going to in though, and he's going to take the shot. He is going to go down. Clean up from Warden on the teabag and teabag knife combo finish.
Gonna wait for the res before the knife. Tough loss again on defense there for the Army of 5 team. 3-1, so they grabbed their one early. Still got the option here. They've had a couple good rounds. They need to win that first kill. They can't be the opening pick every round. It just puts them. I mean, they were in a 4v5 with 20 seconds in the round. Several rounds here to start off on Cafe. You can't do that and win a grand final.
That's a very good point. So, by 2, currently Andy Reid, not wholly unsurprising as we've talked about before. This is a very defensive side. And Army of 5 has already done the hard part of getting that first attack win on the board. If they get one more secured up, of course, that's going to give them a little bit better feeling here. But they need to do something because they don't want to be caught so far down below and have to grind back up. Because not only is that going to make this map tough for them to come back on, but I mean it's just going to be playing into the fatigue and the mentals for the map number 5. Got to do something a bit different here. Get a little dramatic. Get a little bit risky. I think. Catch themselves on the second step.
Flicks what looked like was potentially going to be spawn peeking on the door there, and really this, like we said, this Army of 5 team cannot stand for an opening pick. They've got to win one of these entries.
Now effectively Castle on every single map so far played, I believe. We saw Castle on Oregon, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So a bit of every single map. Ooh! Got the moves like Dagger, able to get out of that one. And
what?
Turn around and flick onto Roth to take the repel or the run out kill. No way, find yourself a double. Nightmare Nub's gonna get snubbed as it's now a 5v3, and they're gonna take a look from the window in relative peace and ease. Jeez, what a showdown. The run out and the stand up.
Yeah, that was a great shot there. And oh, great shot from the window, and now sussing out when Dokkaebi is out, Marlito playing and sussed out the roamer there. And really, although he's on site, it feels like a roamer since most of the action was happening upstairs, but able to find Polar playing downstairs. That's why Dokkaebi gets banned out so often.
Now we're in a post-plant scenario. Resting on the shoulders of Flicks, who does find a kill onto Big Bro, but still got to put some work in. Need 2 more and got to have 7 seconds on the board to do so. And they are also getting the cam set up, so this could be quite big if he's able to come around and catch somebody slipping, but he's got to take this first gunfight first.
No way. No way. What?
Unfortunate. Oh, and it's going to be the literal trade, these guys.
There was a little bit of whiffing going on both sides of that gunfight. But this is the first time I think we've seen, this is the first time we're seeing Army of 5 take 2 on their attack tonight.
Yeah, let's go. And evening up that scoreline takes us into that a little bit closer to that realm of the evened up scoreline. Now, if I'm Andy Reid, I'm feeling a little bit nervous about going into my half to play against this defensive Army of 5, especially if I can't secure up this next round.
Here's the thing, though. We did see them win the last map. They took down Chalet even after a great defensive performance from the Army of 5. They came back and won it. This Andy Reid and Co. squad has put together some amazing plays, and grabbing all of these early frags, they are definitely proving that they're one of the teams to beat here in the league week after week.
Indeed, and they keep showing up back here week after week in the grand finals. Interesting. Okay, here we go. Last round of the first half of the 4th map. Why is that always so difficult to say? It's just a lot, right? I'm gonna take it down to Bakery, baby. All the way to the bottom. Gonna still use that intel and Fenrir to kind of support each other, double in the projectile denial. And it's gonna be some upside down repel. Yet again, Grandpa gonna try to get active and open up some of those long angles into the backs part of the site. There's that first kill. Oh. Roth gonna find it onto Padip yet again. Now taking us into body balance, stacked in favor of Andy Reid early into the round.
Oh, no way. Yep, prepping the window potentially for a run out here. Yes.
He does run out, but he is going to lose his life and pay for that hubris. And Nightmare Nubs goes down. And this is unfortunate for him. They are going to be able to get him back up, but he can't seem to buy himself a kill currently as he sits in that 0-4 KD scenario. He's still going to stay evened up, but it's a low health scenario.
That was the second time Stocky was able to suss out that run out and grab the kill from, I think, the same positioning, but Roth, wow. C4 kill coming out, too. They have got to watch those now.
Rothy is down. He's retrievable, right? They've got it pretty locked down. You'd have to get in pretty deep. And instead, they're going to sending out the smokes and fire, which means they're going to get the plant, but they don't have the diffuser in their hands, so maybe it's just trying to finish off that kill to find ourselves in a 3v2. You have to mention Fenrir, who, oh, there it is, they would have picked it up, and it's starting to get now all on the shoulders of Ivana. Because Capital shot down in his prime, going for that great execute on the defensive side. Got 43 seconds left.
And I don't see Frost pushing down these stairs potentially to get this kill. That I don't think she would waste her life like that. And you've got Polar out here in the bakery, covering the diffuser right next there to A. Gonna get droned out, but
probably not necessarily pushed.
Well, and with the coverage from the stairs, defense has got themselves in a great angle. Oh no, that looked like a bit of a lag from Merlito there.
5 seconds left. He gets the kill. Looking for the second. Takes
Nope.
the shots. Oh, my Lord. Dramatic way to finish up that round. We found ourselves in the hurry up and wait scenario, and then all of a sudden, boom, kill. Try to get the other kill. It was so freaking close. Sheesh.
Oh, round 7, the half is done, and now we're on to Army of Five's defensive half, and Andy, Reid, and co. on their attack here for Kafe. Again, best of 5. We've seen Oregon, Club, Chalet. Andy, Reid, and co. are up 2 maps to 1. So this is do or die time for Army of 5, and Andy, Reid, and co. is putting up a heck of a fight here, holding this map down.
Yep, put us on the back end, or put us on a bit of that standard split. It's kind of the best you're hoping for on somebody else's map pick. What is this? Was this their map pick, or was this Army of Fives?
This was an A5 map pick.
Yeah. So sitting 4-2 on the enemy team's map pick, feel pretty good about that. Standard means you held to what you thought you could do, but here's where you got to be perfect, right? Here's where you got to do really well, because Army of Five picked this map specifically because of the defense that they play upon it. And look at who they're bringing to the table. It's Slow Down City, Population Castle, Aruni, and a zombie. Also trying to deny that intel, and just look at this. They're just opening up everything, forcing you to take every single gunfight, and a zombie putting themselves trenched into this ticket area.
Look at this.
Look at this. Oh my Lord.
Oh yeah, the Kiba barriers are out. That's 3 used up there, holding that position.
Good thing they brought along a Flores to help deal with some of those. On the attacking side of it, we're going to see it seems banned out every single round so far. Dokkaebi going to be on the board.
Oh, wow. Unfortunate timing there. The drone, the mute jammer is in its perfect location. Oh no, but they're able to clear it out to be able to get that Flores drone in, and now they've got a little bit of more room to work with, room to clear out that utility. Gonna try and go for the Kiba barriers now?
I would assume so, and they're going to find a couple of them. At least one. Boom, making a ton of property damage with that Flores drone. That Motero trying to make this a zombie run out. Oh, look at this. They're about to be caught slipping. Oh, there's the first one. P10 Roni going to ring out. That's going to be a Rooney not using the DMR. Going to opt for the quickness, but does take the DMR off the board, as Roth is going to be the one to fall. Finka now getting a bit of damage, but he's got that boost. Gives it a little push of the button.
And gets the Flores drone.
Cannot get this Azami out of there, and just doing an incredible job of wasting so much time. Now it's going to be the swing, and it's going to be the long angle taking shots on it. And the Azami's still going to be safe, not going to even have to take that gunfight because the homie is there helping from the long angle, baby. Now that is 4-3 in favor of Army of Five here as the last 58 seconds going to start the countdown. Oh.
The flank from Aruni downstairs, but oh no, gonna get flanked herself. Nightmare Nubs grabbing that kill. So now 2-3 and getting down. Last 40 seconds left.
Yep. Okay. All on the shoulders of the Flores and the Ace. Excuse me, of just the Ace. Flores going to pay for pushing up White. Do they know that they have a second one there? Yes, they do, and they're going to knock him out of it, and that's going to be a dub for the defenders. Army of Five, showing they got that fight, showing why they picked this map. What do you think, Whiskey? Oh, my Lord, is this the comeback?
It certainly feels like it right now. Now, let's see, we take a look. It's only the first, so that map run here, we're going... So far, they've only won 3, and it's been a little bit sporadic. So nobody on a real... Oh, what?
Did you get it?
Nope.
Womp womp.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they
Let's
can.
see. Yeah, we did see that.
Mm-hmm. All right, so as Whiskey and them figure out what's going on, I'm going to talk a little bit about what we brought to the table currently. On the defensive side of it, it's going to be a fun little bit of adaptation here as we be sticking that intel, but really bring it with the Maestro instead. Maestro's fun for those denial of drones, for that pesky laser poke from a distance, and of course this huge intel, and I believe going to be getting that rework coming up here really recently, or real soon, to get himself an extra Maestro cam. That to me sounds absolutely huge.
Oh no. I was worried that he was lagging, like, to the point of not being able to play, but appears that is able to play. And I imagine we're going to take a tech pause after this round for sure.
Good call. All right, Army of 5 looking to tie this bad boy up here in this grand finals for Skyline. But Andy Reid, not to be outdone, they brought a pretty aggressive lineup. We're going to see that Dokeby being utilized again for that quick calm control, as they're going to try to clear out as much as they can, as quick as they can, especially since it's down here in this basement. But you still have to clear every single floor and every single room, otherwise you're going to be caught on the flank, which has been prevalent this evening. Ooh!
Oh,
Whiskey!
what a shot.
Flicks, what a shot!
Just saw the side of his head, basically. Interesting they're not using it on the actual white wall. Just trying to needed a way into the building to be able to try and clear out Wamai. But no, he's got that position still held down with that deployable, hanging out in VIP, and gonna get Amaru on the rotate, and
oh my Lord.
Thermite. Wow.
And it's gonna be a flawless round for the defense. Army of 5 gonna even that bad boy up. Holy cow.
We are going to take a quick tech pause now.
That's right. So sit back, relax. When we come back, it's going to be the stunning conclusion of map number 4. It's all tied up. Hey-o!
Let's go.
What's up and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players. Tech pause done and over with. It's tied up here as we sit 4-4 on map number 4. I mean, does it get any more exciting than this, Whiskey? This is a war of attrition that we've been asking for in every shape and form. And if Army of 5 can take this map as well, we're going to see the decider, and we're going to go watch that at Skyscraper. Ooh, man, I just can't even wait. So it's going to be back down to this reading fireplace hold, and Army of 5 going to bring some operators to try to slow down that same sort of push that could potentially be which is what they bring to the table. So you're going to see a Rudy and Legion on the board. Help facilitate some of that slow down city. Going to help also be Fenrir and Azami Castle as well. I mean, this is all operators designed to make these either back up, slow down. It's going to be crazy. And definitely got a potential, you know, to utilize this Brava drone to take some of these Fenrir catches and Aruni gates and potentially some of that intel. What you think, Wixie?
Oh, here we are, 4-4, stacked up 5 apiece in round 9. Again, if you're just joining us, Andy, Reid, and Co. up 2 maps to 1. They want to send this home. They want to end it right now here on Cafe and have been doing a great job. But Army of 5 wants to win it and send us to Skyscraper so that way they get their opportunity to fight it out for the last map.
No kidding. All right, 4-4, the first minute off the board as the drones kind of done their thing and try to suss out where the heck these defenders are lying at. Jeez, and we are still just sending in util after util. Flores drones getting active. Nades, flashes getting active. Oh my lord.
God.
Slick's going to find that first kill on the big bro, and that's going to be a devastator. Another to follow as Polaroid finds the deep. Had him and in the exchange. Polaroid to find another. Now taking us into a 4v2, into a 3v2 as the exchanges are just running across the board, and all of a sudden it's just all on the shoulders of Grandpa Merlito coming up that red staircase, staring a claymore in the face. How did I get here?
That's right. Not wanting to give away the position, but I mean, I think clearly the attacking team heard that. They've got some flank drones set up all over there. He's had to shoot 2 of them already, and the flank coming around, and trapped by his own castle, needing to rotate around, and did not see Rothy on the Nomad there, standing out in the open. Unfortunate there, but great round from the attacking team, getting themselves up into place. All of the util in to clear everything out that they needed. They made that one look easy, and here we go.
Andy Reid now 1 away from a match point scenario. Army of 5 still on the defensive side of it, so not too worried. Let's see what they're able to bring along to the table here.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Defensive side is going to stay pretty much the same. Going to get a little bit of that intel now as we head back up to 2F. They expect to see some similar situations. Castle blocking off those windows. Azami setting up that trench warfare inside of Ticket. And Mute to stop that intel as they try to send in those storage drones to take those Kiva barriers out. It's a good strat. See if it's going to work yet again. Bringing out a whole slew of 6 picks here on the attacking side, though. Going to opt for some intel. We're actually going to double up on that intel. Dunkby and Grim going to help suss out where the heck these nades from both Gridlock and Fika and eventually go to. And so, I mean, I'm glad the season's delayed a little bit longer. I can add a few more of those grenades to the montage before it's said and done with. But Whiskey, oh man, I'm sad.
Yeah, we know it. That grenade change coming with Year 8, Season 4. You did talk about the nade change coming. You also talked about the Maestro cam change coming. Quite a few changes here in Rainbow Six Siege. But, you know, the one that we're really missing, we don't know whether or not it's going to happen, I feel like. T-Hunt. Are we going to keep T-Hunt or not?
Man, I think the answer is no. I don't think that the two AIs can exist together. Is what I've read about it. I don't know. It's scary. A T huntless world. We'll see. How are we supposed to?
What a shot from Polar there, up on top of the bomb chassis. Great shot. Good refrag, though, from Demented, and they've still got to find a way to deal. Rothy coming alive here in this map.
Yeah, now it's body bounce tipped heavily in favor of Andy Reid and Co. as they're starting to get some of this real estate to their name. Castle going to be getting a little bit of damage, but able to still keep himself alive, still try to give this fight. He's waiting for it. Oh, and the drone goes out. This could be a nice kill should they be caught unaware. Set exactly back up. The zombie strat here in Ticket, holding the long angle, waiting for the drop. Castle to back her up on that barricade onto the double. Wamai getting active. Oh my gosh, it's going to be this starting to push in, holding from that skylight, trying to catch him from Hell Door as well. And kind of an impactless grenade here.
Yeah, I think that was a missed drone, potentially.
Yeah. So still 4-3 is in favor of the defense now a little bit as its clock starts to wind down. I'm going to start to force themselves into a bit of a desperate move, a desperate situation by the attack team. And there's some of that right there as they get a bit of damage onto White. Now Castle holding the strong.
Oh, look at that. No way.
Does get Nomad off the board, but does get answered back. Now that's a 2. And now, just like that, Rothy the only one left alive for this attacking team. And this is a bit of a tougher situation as he's on low health and finds himself with 18 seconds left on the board. The swing, and it's not going to be the case. Army of 5.
Right in the center of Freezer, had a defender on 3 different sides of that room, but there was a ton of intel there. From the Andy Reid and Co team. There was drones everywhere, it seemed like, watching out.
That's the name of the game, intel and inches, right? You got to have the intel to take the inches, and both teams are really like living up to that exact phrase. I mean, it's just drone city. One of the reasons we saw Solus taken off the board because both teams wanted to utilize them specifically.
Well, it did feel like a bit of a shift too, right? I don't think we saw that. At least we didn't seem like we were seeing that same level of drone intel going in. It seems like an adaptation here from both teams. Maybe not knowing exactly how the other team was going to play it, whether or not they were going to be heavy on the intel, whether or not they're going to be pushing in and rushing, which was going to be the strat that worked. And so far, they seem to have definitely settled on the additional drones being helpful here, and we're seeing that come out. But 5-5 in round 11. Neither team willing to give an inch at this point. Andy Reid wins it. We are done. Army of 5 wins it. We're going to see Skyscraper.
Yay. I won all 5. You know it. Let's see it. That's how you know you're fighting the best, is when neither team will give up any sort of space, any sort of real estate, any sort of score line. Let's see it. Nightmare could be bringing themselves onto the... Oh, man. What a shot. Polaroid just getting those early entry kills regularly and consistently. And that's going to give body bounce tipped in favor of Monty and Andy Reid.
Oh,
laying down, gonna caught slipping with that sniper shoddy. Okay, oh my lord, that means Monty get all the way inside, and just like that, it is tied up 3-3. Monty gonna find himself quickly alone inside of his bakery. Still deal with that Maestro cam.
Able to take it out with the impact EMP, but that's only temporary. So the question is, are they going to be able to clear out most of this? No, they're not going to be able to. Now Monty in a tough position, and tough as in dead.
Yeah, tough as in not going to survive the impact ringing out everywhere and claiming his life. And that is going to put Army of 5 now on match point scenario yet again. Okay, let's go. Skyline Gaming bringing the heat with these competitors.
I can't believe we're here. We're on the 4th map in a best of 5, and now match point from the underdog, or at least the team that is down. Certainly not an underdog. Both of these teams could
Attackers need to
easily
locate and
win
defuse
this
bombs.
on any given Thursday.
Any given Thursday, let's go. Army of 5, gotta find just one more to secure them a spot. And potentially having a shot at winning this grand finals. Andy and Reid needs to just find one more to put themselves into contention to just shut this down. We're going to head to Reading and Fireplace here for this session. It's going to be a bit of the same. Rotate set up across the board. It's going to be a full extension across
5 seconds.
1F.
Camera feed up and running. Busting mags.
I can't even call it, Whiskey. I can't even freaking call it.
Camera in position.
Oh, okay, bit of a spawn peek. Oh, we were seeing a zombie spawn peek here, but she needs to be careful in that position. The attacker's looking for it.
Mm-hmm.
Do
That's
not
the thing.
give away a free one here. A little bit of pressure. Okay, I can understand a little bit of pressure, but don't give away that free kill and go down 4-5 to start this round off again. Not a match point.
Man, and so just like that, a Reid taking a bunch of damage, but able to preserve her life, so keeping that body balance equalized. Boy, look at this hold here, waiting for that window call, which you know has been very active in the last couple of rounds, catching quite a few players rotating out. Not going to happen this time. Castle did a piece of it.
We have seen Castle play there on white multiple rounds in a row, so my guess is this attacking squad probably has got a bit of a read on him from that position, yeah, and seeing Finka trying to push around right now to take advantage of that position potentially.
And moved with a quickness, and just like that, they have got a ton of 3F control deep into piano. I'm going to be taking a look towards that white staircase here any second. Still thinking it's going to confirming that he's still there. Now, with those shots being fired on a cocktail, that's going to give him the cue that he needs to peek this area in the back, and they are ready for him. Is this going to work out in their favor or not? Not going to be able to rotate through just yet. And
wow!
He's going to lose his life for it as he pushes up. Now back behind that huge area. This is exactly like we saw playing out before. He's going to ring out and claim the life of a Gridlock. Nightmare Nub's going to fall, and it's looking pretty good here for this defense. They find themselves in a 5v1 scenario.
A flawless?
And, oh my lord. A flawless to end it. And baby. Oh, we're going to Mat 5. Okay, well, there you go. We asked for it. It has been brought upon us. And we're going. We're going. Okay, so sit back, relax. Let's get this lobby set up for map number 5. And then when we come back, it will be the stunning conclusion of the Skyline Gaming Community Grand freaking Finals. Ayo!
Let's go.
What's up, and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players. The scoreboard, a canvas of triumphs and defeats, and it flickers with the pulse of these last couple of matches. In this climatic and dramatic showdown, the grand champions will be crowned and their names etched into the Skyline gaming history. Welcome, my friends, to the last map of the evening, map number 5. We've made it the whole distance. Neither team willing to give up any sort of real estate, any sort of score line. I'm your tipsy tour guide, Mr. Reverend Whiskey Glitter, and with me, as always, my partner, my co-host, Mr. Whiskey Run. Say hello, Whiskey.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Skyline Gaming Weekly Series Grand Final with Andy, Reid and Co. taking on Army of 5 in a best of 5. We saw Oregon. We saw Andy, Reid and Co. take that one 7-1. A5 take Clubhouse 7-5. Chalet, Andy take 8-6. And now that final map, Kafe, Army of 5 taking it 7-5 and holding on and forcing the 5th map. And that 5th map, we are going to see Skyscraper.
Now, Skyscraper, this is a freaking fun map, right? It's not as huge and extended, but there are absolute extensions that have to be had here. If you're playing up on that 2F site, you can almost guarantee, if you're in tea and karaoke, that you're going to have an exhibition office hold. Now, how strong it is going to be dependent on you, whether you throw one man or a couple of bodies and some utilities, but there will be gameplay there, and vice versa. Here's what I'm excited to see: what bands are coming out, because that's really going to shape. What we're going to see for these strategies. Monty, I could have called that one, to be honest with you. Huge for pushing in on that black stair. Huge when pushing in from any of the balconies, really. And we do see Army of 5 and other teams utilize him quite a bit. So he's going to be gone. Who's falling next?
Dokkaebi, I think, or possibly Ying. We had seen Andy, Reid and Co. ban out Ying quite a few times. So not surprising to see her banned out. And the Fenrir. Typically, Army of 5 had been banning Fenrir, but not this time. They're going to get the opportunity as the first defensive ban. On the Army of 5 side, feels like... Chalet's a bit of a small map, and they were playing a lot of Azami, so I feel like probably a Valkyrie here, maybe? Solus.
Still going to stick in line of that intel, yeah, and Solus is huge, especially on a small map like this, because, that intel can be seen from everywhere, so, you're going to be... You know what that does leave on the board, though?
Ooh,
Yeah,
what?
there it is. It leaves the Mira, and she's going to be brought out on step number 1. This is a devastating map to have a Mira on, especially with all of the new adaptations that have been coming to this defense as you have to extend out. We're keeping half the breaches
Attackers
open.
need to locate and defuse bombs.
All of the extensions not going for the breach denial. Now, we do have on the board, so a breach denial, but more specifically, that's right? So we're going to be utilizing that mirror to really stick onto the breach.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, normally we see Mira for sure, the Office Exhibition side. Not so much on the T Karaoke side. But that's an interesting one for sure. I don't think we normally see the Mira played there. Army of 5 bringing out a slightly different strat than we've seen them play before.
Yeah, and you know what? That is a nice little mirror strat. It allows them to watch that black stair a little bit more closely without having to make the rotate, which they did block it up on that black stair, which is interesting. Definitely not something that you see the way that staircase is played, so could potentially catch the attackers on the bit of the back foot here. I'm going to get started, and as we talked about it is the karaoke side, so what does that mean? That means that you're going to see some push in here on Exhibition Office as they try to gain a foothold. This is what they talk about, right, Whiskey, is that this is just one of the things about Skyscraper is that it is so just ridiculously tough to get into.
That's right. Fox8 says it all the time. Skyscraper, one of the most difficult maps to attack, just because of how difficult it is to get in the map. It's a small map. It forced to just a few windows and doors and a couple small breaches, and they've got the setup that normally happens, so it's just difficult to get in and get real estate and map control.
Yep, it's going to be Grandpa Murr to get taken off the board first, and that's a bit of a bluff, as that means Legion not going to be able to get all of those dudes out. But it is going to get equalized. SMG-11 going to claim the life of Flicks. We now find ourselves into a 4-4 scenario. 30 left.
No!
It's a free. Cross does go down, and he anticipates the swing, but it's not going to be forthcoming, so he's going to have to push up to take that engagement. Legion Goo going to slow that down just a little bit now. Body balance is tipped heavily in favor of Andy Reid and co. as they find themselves 4-3, but this still is like defensive sided because it's Skyscraper. There's so many angles that you got to try to push, and look at that. It's the drop down, and he's going to be on the rotate coming back up that house stairs. And if this is why you bring the gritty, huh?
Even breaking these by hand is going to cause a ton of noise. Yeah, Polar ready for that, decided no, the rotate's not actually going to happen. Better off pushing the attackers on site directly than waiting to see how many more pieces of the flank they can clear out in here. Got that map control and all the kills to go with it. Nice job here from the attacking side. They made it into the map, and then were able to take that control. They barely had to push into site though to get all those kills. Too much, yeah. I guess, from the Army of 5 team giving up that control early.
Yeah, they were spread out pretty thin, and then lost a couple of those early wins, and that was just a too little too late scenario. Had a couple of people try for the rotate, but when you got somebody like Gridlock on the board, who has got 4 sets of tracks to really cut off all of those rotate angles, there's not many places you can come from to come back upstairs, right? You have those back stairs. You can go, can't even go outside as a defender, so you've got those back stairs. And the black stairs, and then if you rotate all the freaking way around, you have a whole nother set of stairs. But so 4 of those covering off 2 of those locations, it's going to force you to come up that middle one, and then, Bob's your uncle.
That's right. Again, a lot of roam game here and a lot of roam utility here on a Karaoke T defense. Look at all of the defenders out on the exhibition side. That's the whole team. They're having a complete. It's almost like they're doing that strat roulette where you have everyone go to the other site to watch it. A lot of utility placed over here, reinforcements and Kapkan traps. They devoted an awful lot here to holding this side of the map, expecting Andy Reid and co. to waste all of their utility and slow down time here trying to get into this portion of the map, it looks like.
Yeah, and then it was the systematic fall back to site to do a little bit more readiness preparation. But, they're here. They're ready for the fight. And on the defensive side of it, you talked about all that utility set up inside of there. Kapkan as well. Kapkan and Mozzie, 2 new operators being brought out. And why do we say Kapkan is so important in the late part of the rounds? Because he hasn't been seen yet. You're not prepared. You're not looking down. It isn't on your brain. And that can potentially be an extra kill or 2 in your favor thanks to the 6th man.
Well, and the other thing that Kapkan's going to buy you pretty much 100% of the time is more time on defense, because the attackers are going to spend some time looking for those Kapkan traps. Even if they're not sure, if they didn't suss out all the operators during the prep phase, they're still going to have to wait around because they can't push it if you don't know for sure there's not a Kapkan trap on that door. So it buys you a little extra time on defense, even if he's not being played, if you show him early.
Yeah, that's the truth. So now we sit to a 4v2. It's 1:30 left on the board. It's kind of now all onto the shoulders of the frag operators. Finka and still have some of those in hand. It's going to be the shots onto the stairs. Ooh! Flick's going to live to his namesake. Click that dome piece and delete him off the board. Take us a little bit closer in that score line. Grenade going to give the sound cue that you better run, and he's going to do just that.
Oh, the C4! over the top of Flix's head and takes out Primero there, but no, Stocky gonna cover it from inside in the feet holes.
You sent out a grenade, we sent out a C4. That's the Chicago way.
Little bit of war of the explosives there, and we go 1-1. Andy Reid and Army of Five both winning one round here. And so far, you know, if you're just joining us again, it's a best of 5. We've seen Army of Five start on attack for all of the previous 4 maps. This is the first time we're seeing them start off on defense. And they for sure tonight have had significantly more success on the defensive side of the maps. So this does feel good for them to be able to hopefully get an early round advantage here as we go into the last map of this best of 5.
Yeah. I just gotta point out in the chat, so freaking funny. Bad Can with the I know so many cheaters play Siege, I should do a 10-man cheater theory. You know what? I think that is hilarious, and I'd like to help with that. 10-man cheater off that gets them all banned. That is hilarious. It's one of my favorite parts of Siege is that ban wave.
Attackers objective is to
Seeing
defuse the
people
bomb.
get their justice. All right, exhibition. Office. You're gonna see a little bit of that extension. And by a little bit, I mean we had 2 folks over there holding pretty hard on the defense. He's still gonna bring that Capcan one more time to the table, help slow him down on the back end and deny that intel with the mute. Now with that Capcans and that new operator, you had a chance to play that. Is that the Capcan traps too as a defender?
That's right, it does. The Zoto canisters of Tubero are they freeze everything, all of the electronics, all of the gadgets, and the operator's feet prints. One of the things the speculation is that his gadget was too OP, and that after some feedback from the testers, they need to make a bigger rework than was possible in the short period of time. That's one reason why the season was delayed.
Let's go. He's gonna find Dimension's gonna find the first kill. His body bounce gonna tip in favor of Army of Five here.
Oh,
Jeez.
escaped with his life. Flicks right there watching that. The nade is gonna come out.
But not going to. There's gonna be Nightmare Nubs to find the kill on Dimension. However, if that swing is still gonna come around, Thermite die spectacularly. That ragdoll mechanic being hilarious. It's gonna be Rothy to find it on the big bro. Rothy to find a double now onto Padip as he's still holding tight on the angles. Got a couple more gunfights he could be taking. They push in from Drum, and that's gonna be the easy kill on the Capcan. All now on the shoulders of Mira as the Vector rings out and claims Roth's life, but it's gonna be the Mira potentially played against him as he's holding back in the corner, but he knows where they're both at. Potentially give him a shot to rotate around, but it is low health and no health at the end of that one.
Nope. Great setup there from the attacking team. The first to kill in Drum with the pinch on Capcan, and then the pinch on Miras. They pushed into the office site. Great setup there, and now grabbing their second attacking win as we head into round 4.
And see, that's the great paradox of Skyscraper, right? Notoriously and statistically defensive sided. Yet, and we talk about that, but yet in the last few weeks of gameplay, it has been decisively in the hands of the attackers, except for when it wasn't. So This map is so crazy in the way that it can play out based on who's really able to set the pace and the tone that, I mean, I just can hardly ever call it.
That's true. That's true. And you know what you say to me all the time. Statistics be damned. We're not sure how it's gonna work out because, you know, sometimes the fact the players themselves contribute more to, you know, to how everything plays out than the map itself. Who feels confident on this map in order to take and make those wins?
Attackers have located a bomb.
And make those wins. I like it. Okay, that's the round rotate done. Dada. Sayonara, see you later. Means we're gonna head back over to that exhibition office side. take a peek at the second verse, same as the first. My friends, that's the first half of the first that's the first half of the first half of the last map.
Ooh, look at this late round rotate here from Frost. Gonna try and set up that deployable in a new location. Oh, and droned out.
Does get sussed out on the drone to move down towards that house stair area to take a little bit closer of that gunfight potential. If they're rotating around that.
Oh,
Want to get onto that gunfight. Oh, jeez.
Goya, what?
Is gonna find one. Man, what's the #1 rule? And you just broke it. You run, you die.
Unfortunate too, because maybe the silenced weapon there from Thermite kept it hidden, but a couple shots taken as he ran across Thermite's line of sight there, but then to double back and put himself back in harm's way. Tough call there, and that puts him down 5-3 to start this round.
Ooh, that's a tough kill.
Whoa!
Double gets found. What was that? Was that the what? I don't know what. Now we find ourselves. Oh my lord!
They lined up, and that was almost the double. Finka almost died there, but able to keep herself alive and utilize that extra HP.
Oh,
wow, look at that cross.
Oh my lord. Ready and willing as attackers going to find themselves another round here. Yeah, that cross was set up and it was ready on both freaking sides of it. The walls are closing in. Andy Reid finds himself another win on the attacking side of it.
Okay, here we go. 3-1. And this is really where, like you said, we've seen Skyscraper be very attacker-sided, except when it isn't. The question is, what is it going to be here at the end of a best of 5, right? You and I have been casting for now almost 4.5 hours, but these players too, they've been playing probably a lot longer than that, right? In the setup, the prep, running ranked. Earlier today, we saw some comments in chat that they had seen some of this Andy Reid and co stack in ranked ahead of time. So these guys have been playing Siege all day to get ready for this. Free money on the line from the Skyline gaming community. Get active, join it, play, fight for the money, and win.
Yeah, absolutely. And Reid showing up here to deliver that as they sit 3-1 up on the attacking side of it. And you're right, the mental starting to push in. It definitely starts to become best of 5. Who's going to make the first mistake? Who's going to miss that first headshot? Because everybody is playing at such a high octane, high caliber level that it only takes one teeny tiny little mistake. And at a best of 5, those can start to get prevalent. Okay. So Army of 5 looking to find their second. That's going to be a good way to start that one out and take off the board. Spawn peek early. And going to set some pace of their very own by saying, you know what, maybe you should slow down and drone me out because I'm here and I'm real and I'm firing back, my friends. 5-4's body balance tips in favor of Army of 5. Azami still not giving up much of that space, but she's going to start to retreat back up those stairs. Around and take a look inside of Geisha, but the dip gonna
the C4
onto Roth, and that's a huge kill, especially as he's sitting in that 6-4 KD. He is in that frag position currently for Andy Reid, and it's going to be Big Bro to find himself a double as Flicks now falls, giving us a chance to potentially see Army of 5 pull out another flawless round.
Wow, look at those, the Azami barricades, the Kiba barriers up. No way, not the knife from behind.
Not the knife. Grandpa, Merlito, that man has a family for you to be doing him like that. Sheesh.
Oh, wow, what a play there. Oh, no.
Not the first time we've seen Lion coming in on the back end for a flank this evening, even.
That's true. We saw Polar running the Lion in the basement of Oregon come through and clutch up and win that map on the back of that Lion flank. But no, not gonna happen here.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, gonna get taken down. Okay, so that's Army of Five securing themselves a second. Puts us a little bit closer in that score line. And still too close to call here, right? It's looking on a standard split. It's going potentially in the opposite direction of that standard. Still going to be the numbers being just about the same potentially if Andy Reid can find a way to get one more attack going on the turf side here, and I think they have a pretty good chance of doing that, right? This is a bit more attacker sided of a map. Yeah.
5 seconds left.
I mean, that's what we've been thinking here, but look at the three Kapkan traps on the window that almost inevitably has somebody pushing it, especially because there's going to be a lot of fight we expect for the vertical control here above site, because all of that floor, well, most of it anyway, all breachable there right on top of site. Vertical control extremely important here in the kitchen barbecue.
Yep. And they didn't bring a ton of ops dedicated towards that. It's funny. I do have, of course, well, I mean, actually, I guess all you need if you're going to bring 6 soft breach charges to the table. Effectively do the same amount of work, but it's going to take just a bit. And bringing that Kapkan back out. Yeah, I like it. 3 on the window to stop that progress that you know is going to be coming. Oh, he's making him cha-cha, firing bullets all over the place. Way out of there.
Another C4. Pudip is having a crazy C4 game. I think that's his third on this one. At least his second for sure.
Yeah, because he just got one on the last round, I'm pretty sure. And that's
Yep.
already tough for this attacking team. He's going to drop Hatch just for whatever reason by himself. He says goodbye, cruel world, and dropped down the hatch to say, you know, good night. And it's now on the shoulders of Flicks.
I really hope that that we're not seeing a situation of like their mental being chalked or something, because Andy Reid and Co. was having, you know, they have put in the work here for this game.
Oh my lord, Frost is set up, and they just draw him into the noose and then tighten it up. Frost ready there on the cross.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's a potential. You said it. Early morning theory, scrims, ranked sessions, bonding. And so now we've sitting a 3-3. But here's the thing: is like you kind of expect to see it be defensive sided. So for Army of 3 to come up and even the scoreline, I don't think that is wholly unexpected. And I think we could see the same here as these two team flops. I'm thinking we're looking at OT. Right. I feel like that's almost a guarantee here between these two teams. Who is going to be able to step up and get that double score line in their direction? I don't think it's going to be the case. I think it's going to come down.
The question is whether or not, you know, is both of the teams here holding out from a mental perspective, and not giving in and not, you know, falling victim to, sometimes you see like the teams just saying, we can't do it anymore, we're trying, we're not winning some of those fights. The flawless round really puts a bit of pressure here on the Andy Reid and Co team. But this is their first defensive round, so now they get to see, is this going to be the defensive map we think it might be, or the attacker-sided play that it's been? Time will tell.
Yep, only time will tell, and you are correct. On the defense, we're going to see a pretty similar lineup. Leishman to slow him down, along with the architect, Azami. Every cheeky-peeky angle on Skyscraper you thought you knew changed when she's on the board. It's going to be Roth to find that first kill. He is just always getting active so freaking early, and it is on to Big Bro, who is sitting in that frag leader position for Army of 5. So maybe a demoralizing kill, maybe not. We'll see.
You know what? I love it when we see teams, you know, having the respect for each other. I know there was some discussion about Moss earlier in this game, but the fact that still can call out a good shot when it happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Andy Reid, as they're starting to get a excuse me. They're not getting much of that real estate being held off Trying to.
Oh, wow, Lion.
Changing mags.
A zombie. That's the deal, right? If she stays active and on the board, she can just stop those every single time. Now it's going to be the rotate around. Is Padip going to take a single crowd? Three fires. Doesn't go in the favor of Army of 5, however, as Nexie is off the board. It's a low health scenario for Carlitos. He goes down, potentially retrievable, but in a really rough spot. I mean, they've got the 3-piece cross set up just right here on top of Dragon.
Oh, the distraction there by taking out one of the deployables, no, but it's not going to be enough to draw the attention away for Demented to try and take a swing here at the shield out there in Shrine. Yeah, no, Rothy one taps there to finish it.
Yeah, no kidding, and it was that execute that we see all the time. 1, 2, 3, and it was over just like that, and that's going to put Andy Reid up by 1. They take the first on their defensive half.
We're seeing a bit of the wave here. Stringing them a couple together, but no, these two teams going back and forth on this final map. Again, if you're just joining us, this is a best of 5 Skyline Gaming weekly series between Andy Reid and Co. and Army of 5. We have seen Oregon, Clubhouse, Chalet, Kafe, and now finishing up this best of 5 on Skyscraper. We needed all 5.
Yeah.
How about that, Whiskey?
Hey, you know, I ask for it all the time, and now we're finally getting to see it. And you know what? This might be the closest we come to actually seeing the perfect grand final scenario play out, where it is coming down to the 1v1 settled up on the double overtime match. I mean, it's the quest that we've been on to secure and see and cast and be a part of, and this, as by far, has the potential to go the distance.
Now they're playing the Mira setup. We did not see Army of 5 run that setup, but we're seeing Andy Reid and Co. run it with the Mira window on the half-open main breach. They did reinforce the single, so it's not exactly the same setup that we've seen run over and over to great success here on Skyscraper, but still, they're running that strat.
I like it. It's tough to get up on, but you know, when you've got the long distance breach, it's still that's the problem with having that single wall closed up, is you have long distance you got to run to put pressure on them getting up close.
Oh, Dexy.
Oh. Dexy to find Rothy and Flicks to take it back on the Dexies. It's you get what you get type of scenario. Live by the gun, die by the gun. Big Bro gonna die by the gun as well. Now they find the body bounce tipped in favor of Andy Reid as we find ourselves at a 4v3 here on this defense. Boy, Flicks just getting active on the mirror. It's gonna be Dip to take a ton of damage, but able to WASD his way out of that potential danger. Sledge finding a bit more, just taking bits and pieces. Oh, geez. Oh, no. Noob's going to find that kill with a shotgun as the close quarter combat king rains out on these house stairs. Can't be pushed, and now we find Army 5 in a bit of a pickle here with 1 minute and 16 left on the board.
Yeah, they've got to find a new way to push and rotate here. The defense has got themselves set up in a couple powerful positions, and it does not feel like they've got the utility in place to be able to deal with this. Got some intel from the drones as they keep coming out, but they're being shot just as soon as they can ping somebody out.
Yeah, and of course, as soon as that drone spots them, they're moving. It's musical chairs, but with guns. It's not a great place to find yourself if you're the attacker. Ooh, they do find
what a rotate!
Yeah, I think 5 to cover, but it's going to be on top of the desk to say nope. And a quick follow-up from Primero to find it onto Padip, and that is going to put another in favor of the defense. And gets a little bit closer to closing this one out. Not a bad call by Army of Five to take a second and talk about it, because if you take it one round later after losing another, it's a match point scenario and no chance for you to do anything about what you just talked about. Jeez,
We have
Whiskey, what do you
seen.
think?
So one of the things we've talked about a few different times, the timeout buff. I mean, it is real statistically. We're seeing like about 75% of the time after a team takes a timeout, they win the next round. That'd put us at 5-4 and really puts Army of Five in a great position. They got to find a way to attack. So far, the Andy Reid and Co. obviously playing defense, but setting themselves up in defensive positions that we're not seeing Army of Five clear them out. They're pushing together, but still not winning some of those ones, and not converting the intel and the utility that they're spending into kills and round wins. And obviously, don't get spawn peaked and start off down 4-5. We talked about that on Cafe too.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And this has got the places for it. It's the reason that Solus is banned out, because she can just get so active from around this whole entire map, and with just the teeny tiniest bit of intel can wreck the whole push that you had going on from the attacker side. So they did. They stopped. They talked about it. Now we find ourselves down by 2 if you're an Army of Five fan. And Andy Reid 1 away from that match point scenarios. We're going to check out the turf side. A little bit of kitchen barbecue. This is a fun site. It's all dedicated towards that vertical presence, and as you can see, it's just the team completely leaving site to go set up and extend to every single location except for the actual box site.
Yeah, that's right. Talk about it. Tons of vertical play here on the Kitchen Barbecue site when you're seeing the Army of Five team play it. Same thing happening here on the Andy Reid and Co. side. But look at this. The defense is definitely spread out far. Lot of roam game here from this Andy Reid and Co. defense. They're still setting up, reinforcing off all of those entry points, the double main breach, the single over on the office. That's why it's so difficult to enter this map. Just a couple of reinforcements and you block off a ton of entry space into this map. Or you're forcing the attacking team to use utility to try to get there.
Yeah, and this is such a hard map to get into that it becomes necessary. Oh my lord! Huge shot, but it is going to get traded out. Flick going to get taken off the board, and that's the Warden gone. So any potential flashes that are on the board in the hands of the Flores and the Ionic going to be rendered potentially null and void. A little bit of Legion good. Merlito going to stop the push that he was thinking he was about to put himself onto, and it's going to be Big Bro start taking a look, get that drone out there and suss out where the heck they're at, hoping he's not going to get hit from behind that bar. And he won't.
Well, and they have got to clear out all this space in between the Drum Dragon corridor here, because they can't even get on the other side of the map at this point with Azami, holding down this drum position, and Roth over on the shrine position. Oh, swinging with the shoddy.
Oh my lord.
No, he's not gonna grab. Wow.
Wow, great use of the Flores or impact to hold on to that site or that drum area that you were doing, and now it finds yourself in a tough position if you're on the attacking side of it. 3v2 does get 1 extra as they push in towards Dragon. Flores finding that kill, now taking and a little bit of verticality. Oh man, get caught slipping, get put sleeping.
But no trigger discipline here from Azami. Yeah, could have rotated. Oh no, when Demented made that swing, but no, it held trigger discipline in place. But it doesn't convert that into a kill at this point either. Now Azami downstairs. Is she gonna try and, yep, cover the push from, if they're gonna try and push down the stairs? I don't think, is that hatch open?
I have no idea. 26 seconds left, however.
Hatch is
got to
open.
make a move. Hatch is open there. Gonna be able to have a drop, but this is such a dangerous place to drop, especially because you have somebody there. You do have some utility with Flores, but they're not gonna use it. They're gonna just send one in, and it's the double drop. He does make it in.
Oh!
And downs the Wamai down to a 1v1. Got to get that diffuser down, potentially to get him himself to a post-plant scenario. Takes it to 75, and a zombie. She's on the speed run, but he's gonna stick it, and now this becomes a bit more precarious. If you're the
No
zombie
way,
that's low
flashes
on both
himself?
sides of it. Oh my lord, what a tough spot to be in. And he is hit into another direction and hopefully try to hold out here. Shots start to go, and it's the defuse again. So important, but gonna still continue to fake it.
No way!
My lord! I cannot believe it was 5 HP and a dream, and Flores lived that dream. It was a crazy drop through the hatch with watching his homie die in front of him, gets the down, gets the plant, and clutches up in the end. What a beautiful play to bring this just almost tied back up. Whiskey, what are we watching? Is this the greatest Siege game to ever happen, like ever in the entirety of the world? I don't know. My vote would be yes at this point.
Oh, man, I love your hyperbole. But what we did see was the timeout buff. Army of 5 comes back after the timeout, wins it. Now, 5 HP in a dream to barely pull that one out. That was not decisive by any means. I can't believe, to be honest, I can't believe Dementa did not get killed dropping hatch at the same time as I think that was Dexy that dropped at the same time there. A miracle that he lived, survived with that 5 HP, getting the kill. Great game sense, getting the plant down, and then the game of cat and mouse with a zombie, pulling that off. That was a great round there from Army of 5 to hold on.
5 seconds to go.
I did not think we were going to see that one happen.
Attacker's objective is to defuse the bomb.
Yeah, agreed. And now we get a bit of some aggression here as Army of 5 know that they have to tie this one right here, right? They know that this is an important round. So they bring the Blitz and the Dokkaebi, two operators that we hardly ever get to see. Dokkaebi because she's banned out, Blitz because he's very site specific and play specific. So this could be a pretty interesting round.
Holy smokes, wow, I can't believe here we're map 5 and they are almost at the point of tying this thing back up on Sky. Oh no.
Yet again, two defenders falling quite quickly, bro, and pad up off the board. And it's going to be Merlito onto the Blitz, but he's going to kind of take his time there for a second. Lots of leashing. Oh, man. Lots of leashing goose sticking into his foot. That's a good way to slow down the Blitz for sure. Body bounce going to be tipped in favor still if Andy Reid hears themselves on a match point scenario.
Wow.
Oh, man. Write down these Kiva berries, Whiskey. This is going to be one of our next holds for Skyscraper. I like it.
Didn't see as nearly as much damage I was expecting on Dokkaebi there after taking that, but wow, look at this. The shots from Jaeger going crazy, but no, the refrag on Blitz.
And,
Oh.
yeah, and now all of a sudden it's all on the shoulders of the Demented, and he finds himself in a really impossible situation. Bullets from everywhere. He is going to find that kill onto Drum. He rotates around. He knows that somebody's coming up. Look at that intel. Oh my god, the siege timing. That was tough. That was tough.
I can't believe the siege timing there. Jaeger's about to walk around the corner, and what happens? Dokkaebi pulls up in order to use the ability. I mean, for sure, pulling out her ability at that point would have been a significant help in figuring out where those defenders were at. But, man, the siege timing of it at the exact moment Jaeger makes the rotate.
Tough. Yeah, that was tough.
Okay, here it is.
That's right. It's a match point scenario. Army of 5 has got to be perfect for 2 in a row on attack in the Skyscraper to potentially have a chance of bringing this one back and winning it. Andy Reid just looking all sorts of on fire here. And Roth, well, I think that's the win conditions, right? They got to stop this man from being so aggressive so early in the round. They can't go into this with a body balance deficit for sure. What do you think?
Yeah, we've talked about that on several maps at this point. The aggressive, this team is being very aggressive on defense, and we're just not seeing Army of Five match that level of aggression or be able to. I don't know if they're thinking, ego checking, thinking they're going to be able to win those fights, or just getting unlucky with not checking the angles. It's not clear, but no, Big Bro finally says, not today, I'm going to take that one. That is exactly what this Army of Five team needed here on match point.
Yeah, no kidding. So a great way to start that. Who said they have to be perfect for 2? Well, that's a great way to start out number 1, as Big Bro is immediately getting some of that top floor control. Now it's going to take a look at it. Demented finding a bunch of damage, been able to put themselves into a situation that is still, I guess, livable. Merlito there trying to take a peek from that stage. Oh, just about enough damage onto
Jaeger. Yeah, Flix has just been devastating here in the last couple rounds, causing all kinds of havoc here on this position he's been holding.
You know, it's crazy that mirror. They fixed it just for the match replay, not for the observers yet. That's it.
We're hoping there is going to be a fix in place for the mirror window here with Year 8, Season 4, along with the all other host of updates that are coming in. Nightmare Nubs. What a great time to grab a double kill at this point.
Yeah, no kidding. So now it is. Andy Reid and co find themselves up on the body balance. Left on their shoulders is going to be the shots raining in onto Sledge, who does take a little bit of damage. It's going to be the grenade, potentially to ring out. He's going to flush him out of that back area, but he's not going to take any damage as Nubs is still alive. No, he does lose his life. Now is the AK going to ring out and claim his life? It's a 3-3. It's a do or die for Army of Five. They have got to get in. They have got to get moving. And it's still taking a peek at sight, right? They got to have that intel for that final push. This defense is spread
Downed
out,
him.
And this attacking team is on a low health scenario. So Legion is down. Ace gonna go down now as well. This is find ourselves in a true 2v2. Still gotta take this
recovered.
shot onto the bar. Oh my lord, into a 3v2. Well, there's the 2v2 as the shot's gonna ring out. Rothy gonna find one with the Vector and looking pretty good here. Whiskey, 26 seconds left on the board, and it is a low versus full health scenario. And that diffuser is gonna be covered and locked on and is not. They're gonna grab it and push up, and it's gonna be able to fire through. Now, they are still lined up. They could get an easy shot here. Oh, but he's around the corner. That's right. Never mind. So it's going to be the long distance, and that's going to be Andy Reid coming up for the Skyline Gaming Community Grand Finals. Dub City population defense. Woo-wee.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
Barn burner indeed.
I mean, it just went the full. We were so close to having an overtime finish. Army of Five just falling short. So as the dust settles and the echoes of gunfire fade away, we bid farewell to an unforgettable best of 5 showdown here in the Skyline Gaming community, and we wrap up just another absolutely great series. I mean, it is just like that every single time we come into this freaking server.
Yeah, unbelievable that we made it to here, and well, I think it's a grand final, so we are going to get the interview I think from the winning team.
Yep, I think you are right. So sit back, relax, pour your drinks to the tippy top, because when we come back, we're gonna talk about it. Heyo!
Let's go.
What's up, and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players. And if you're just joining us, well, where the hell have you been? You missed a banger of a 5-map barn burner between Andy Reid and co. and Army of 5 with a big GG's to Andy Reid. So now we get the chance to sit back and chat about it. We've got Roth in here. Hey, GG's, Roth, you got to be feeling pretty good.
Oh yeah, I feel amazing.
Well, let's just jump right into it, right? You know, Siege demands a bunch of precision and adaptation. How did your team adjust its operator lineup and strategies to counter what Army of 5 was bringing to the table?
I mean, we were just choosing ops that we wanted to play. People were bitching about playing ops, so we just played whatever ops we wanted to play, and we just had some fun.
Oh, you didn't want to be on the roll and said, no, I want to play the freaking gridlock. No, I get it. That's a good call. I'm with that. That's what Pangu says, I think, right? He says play who you're comfortable with and win round with 20 seconds or however that goes.
That's exactly
yeah.
what he says. Yeah.
So how did your team approach the ban phases? It seemed to be fairly consistent throughout the process. There's just operators you hate playing against?
Yeah, we just don't like playing them, or we don't like getting yinged every round, so
That
we just
those
ban
weren't
Yang.
specific to Army of 5, or is that your
Uh,
basic ban process everywhere?
No, we've never played them before. We don't really know who they are. The only person we know is Stocky, so we
No,
just know
gotcha.
Stocky runs around, and we were just running around too, so
Nice.
yeah.
Well, clutch moments define the grand finals. Can you recall a specific round or area where you guys knew you were going to be sealing this one up?
The last round we knew we had it when Ori got smoked, or what, I don't even know what his username is. Starts with a P, but he got smoked in restaurant. He started shit talking him for being Wamai in restaurant, and then he's like, "Don't worry, y'all got this," and we just won.
Right on. Well, that's the way to do it, right? Get a little bit of the mental. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Especially if you know you're sealing up the deal. Well, as Siege evolves with every update, do you guys are you guys excited about the new operator change? You think it's going to be OP, or you thinking it's probably just going to not be able to slow down your aggressive attacks?
Um, Definitely. I feel like the meta's gonna shift a lot with nades being gone
Mm-hmm.
and the new op. It's
Yeah.
definitely gonna slow everyone down. So
Yeah, well, Nate's go ahead.
I just think the meta's just gonna shift into a slower paced style.
Yeah, a little bit more utility based.
Yep.
Whiskey
I'm with
Glitter
it.
is devastated about the change to the nade. So how do you feel about it? That a good change, bad change?
I mean, I don't think a lot of people like it. I don't really care for it either, but they have to do something to just
I guess
make the
that's
game
true.
fresh.
Yep, keep switching it up. Okay, well, we like to ask this question to every single player in homage to one of my favorite European casters, and he asks, if you could delete an operator off the board forever, never going to be played in Siege again, who are you taking off the board?
Probably Fenrir.
Ooh, a bit of a slip from the norm. He's banned out continuously, but generally people say Blackbeard off the board, so I like that. Just not a fan of having to push him. Well, I mean, I guess you guys banned him
No.
every single round.
We don't like droning, so droning the Fenrirs are hard.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, they could be tucked in corners and a pain to deal with because you never know if they're going to be open, bulletproof. Can't just take them off the board easy without wasting some utility. So, I agree. Fenrir banned often because he's a pain to deal with.
Yep, let's get him out. All right, well, anything that you'd like to say to anybody still watching after this barn burner 1 a.m. Freaking best of 5 game?
I'm sorry, we suck at attacking. We should have closed this entire game out way earlier. We're just horrible at attacking.
You guys definitely had significantly better results on defense across the board, across all of the maps.
Yep.
So that was definitely, you could tell you guys had that on lockdown.
Yep.
Well, hey,
Struggle fest out here.
struggle fest. Who hasn't been there? Especially at the best of 5. I mean, shit, that's 5 hours of competitive Siege. That'll get anybody going.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to go to bed. I told them I was if we lost a round, I think it was back on Chalet, that I was just gonna get off. We were seeing,
That's gonna be it.
yeah.
Well, you held on until the end, all the way to the end of that 5th map.
And
Nice
look at
job.
that. You're a grand final champion here in the Skyline Gaming. Woohoo!
Oh yeah, so exciting.
Well, folks, hey, we sure appreciate Roth. We appreciate you stopping by and chatting with us a little bit about it. Go get yourself some sleep, celebrate with the homies for the dub, and talk your trash, as I know will inevitably be coming after here.
All right, thank you, man.
Yep. Well, folks, that's it. We did it. We made it all the way to the end. What you think, Whiskey?
It was a fantastic best of 5. A lot of tech issues there at the beginning. Thanks for everyone for sticking with us during those tech issues. And, you can never predict when Comcast is going to decide that the internet is not going to work for you. So we're glad that you were able to stick with it. And I mean, yeah, 5 hours of casting in Siege to finally find that grand final winner. And Skyline Gaming coming back with their weekly series, so expect that same kind of free tournament and prize pool at the end for the winners. It's coming at you.
Let's go. And you know what? It's got a lot of stuff coming for you from the Whiskey Boys. If you like us, if you love us, if you hate us, why don't you add us, right? Find us on Twitter. I'm at glitter_whiskey. He's at racing ENGR. If you want to see some of the other leagues that we cast in outside of the glorious Skyline, you can check out the Siege Double Shot Twitch, where we host a variety of teams and leagues from T4 to T2, and we'd love to cast for you, right? So check us out. If you want to share a drink with us, come join in the Discord. It's the 7K. We'll put that up and just, come hang out. Seat specific. It's very fun. Get amongst it. Get around it. As Tom J says, Skyline, a great community. Get your teams in. Vie for that money. Get that grand final buff. Just come get involved. It's a good time. What you think, Whiskey? We there?
It's time, my friend.
It's time. All right, folks, it's the dreaded part of the evening that we come to the long, southern, drawn-out goodbye. And as the lights start to dim and the jukebox plays closing time, well, my friends, you don't have to go home.
But you can't stay here.
Ayo.
Let's go.
Thanks for casting.